Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Jason Miles, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Red Zone, brought to you by This is Revolution Podcast for all the returning listeners, subscribers, patrons, and degenerates. Fuck yeah. So glad to have you here for pretty much the champagne room with another person and sports. For anyone new to the show, welcome. So glad to have you here. If you do enjoy what we do here on Beyond the Red Zone, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's a passive gesture that goes a very long way. I just want to remind people that this Friday, Valentine's Day, if you are in the Southern California area and you don't have anything going on, come hang out with Ben Burgess and I, who never have anything going on for Valentine's Day. Don't know why. But we will be at the world famous Rainbow Bar and Grill. If you are a frequent viewer of this show, then you know we have done a show at the Rainbow Bar and Grill. But we should be, if we can reserve it. I've been kind of lagging on getting the reservations. In Slash's booth in the back. It's a lot of fun. It's a cool hang. We've done it, I think, 2 or 3 years in a row now. I forget. But we decided we were going to do it again. So come out if you can. And then Saturday, Ben and I will then be in Irvine, where we'll be speaking on a couple panels in UC Irvine. So that should be fun. I'll have some information before the show's over. I'll make sure I'll throw some information up on that. But again, if you're in Southern California, just come up to the Rainbow. You're not doing anything. Hang out with us. It'll be a good time. Now, the 2025 Hall of Fame class was introduced, and my co-host was fine with everyone on the list except for one person. One person on that list pissed him off. Kind of surprised me, but I'm going to bring him in to tell you why he feels that Jared Allen maybe shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Please welcome, coming all the way live from a snowy bunker somewhere in North Carolina, Mac.
Whoa. Hey, am I there?
I can hear you, but your screen is black. What happened?
What in the actual motherfuck?
That's fucking Jared Allen getting you back.
Whoa.
What did Jared Allen do? What in the Jared Allen is going on here?
I have no idea what's going on with my camera. This is fucking ridiculous. And I just want you to know, okay, that you guys need to go see Jason and Ben on Friday because they're both going to hang dong until Slash gets there to hang dong himself.
Last time we were there, what's his name's kid came out? Taylor Hawkins, who passed away, from the drummer from Foo Fighters.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave and then come right back. Maybe my camera will work.
Sure, we'll do that. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's Jared Allen fucking with Mac. Ken says more indigenous. Please no slurs. Should I show Mac that video? No, that's not what it is. Can't be. Let's try now. There you go. That was so weird.
That was a little odd, if you will, but yeah, but for real, he's gonna hang dong until Slash gets there, and he's like, Jason Miles, stop hanging dong in food. He's just gonna pull out, his elephant trunk, and it's gonna like hit the table with a thud, and Jason's gonna be like, God damn, Slash.
I would stare if Slash took out his cock. I'd stare just because I'm such a Slash fan. I'd be like, yeah, it's nice.
It's a good dick, Slash. It's a good dick.
It's good dick, Slash. Yeah, it's veiny and everything.
It's a veiny.
I see.
Veiny triumphant bastard with a hood.
Every time we go to the Rainbow and you hear all those stories about people like getting blowjobs in the bathroom stalls, and you go to the bathroom there, you're like, oh,
Yeah, dude.
no way someone got a blowjob here.
Some of
gross.
the bars I've bounced at, I'm like, and I've busted people fucking in the bathrooms. I'm like, why, guys? This is how you get like an STD mixed with tuberculosis and a staph infection all in one. You know, like it's fucking nasty. More indigenous than ripping. That's right.
Ever since we said Mark, ever since I thought Mark
I was gonna say, don't lump me into this. Do not.
Can we set up a way to make it live? Maybe we'll go live at the event. It's really loud in there, first and foremost.
Yeah, Jason doesn't want to like have the production quality of like a Girls Gone Wild video. So
that's pretty much what it would be like.
Yeah.
But you know what? For you, we'll go live. Ben and I will go live and see if it makes a difference. If people want to tune in, I get it. If you can't make it down to LA, I understand.
Jason just wants to use the new pixelation thing because he doesn't want to get pulled, you know, so he's gonna hang dong and he can pixelate it out. You know?
I wish not do that. Well, we'll see what happens. Crazier things have happened, especially in that place and in that area of town.
Okay, before we talk about this, gentlemen, can we just talk about the Super Bowl really quick?
I watched, dude, speaking of crazy places to watch the Super Bowl, totally watched the Super Bowl in West Hollywood.
Oh wow.
And I missed the Kendrick halftime show because we were leaving the bar we were at halftime to go to another bar. And that walk was the literal time of
you fucked up, dude.
Okay. I ended up watching it on YouTube. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, the choreography was fantastic.
Oh, everything was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah, and the fact that he waits till the end and does the "Not Like Us" tease, I thought was phenomenal.
Everybody went crazy. You can hear the whole crowd.
Oh yeah,
A minor.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when the entire stadium and like 150 million people across the globe are all saying the same thing. Like Drake was weeping because he's like, he's gonna do it. I know it. Oh God, everybody's saying it.
It was, well, I said this when I heard the song. I told I think even Justin Hunt, you know, very well-known hip-hop journalist, was on the show. I said this is one of those songs that becomes a cultural touchstone, and everyone's going to use now. It's going to be at every graduation, every PTA meeting, every Christian camp.
Well, I thought it was phenomenal that it's like he managed to push the envelope but not cross the NFL line. You know, I thought that was I mean, yeah, guys, we all know that Jason made the NFL on Tubi happen, right? Like that was all Jason. But yeah, can we just say that Vic Fangio easily best assistant coach out there right now?
It says a lot because he really fell right on his dick in Denver as a head coach.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Some of these dudes that are phenomenal coordinators give being a head man a try and just fuck it all up.
Vance Joseph.
Right? I was so impressed because I don't know if you picked up on this stat. They managed to just harass every christening, every bar mitzvah.
Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, they harassed Mahomes all game and never blitzed once.
I loved it. Yes, 6 sacks, no blitzes.
No blitzes.
This is what I say. I want to get your opinion on this. Von Miller said this years ago about Patrick Mahomes when he was still in Denver. He goes, Patrick Mahomes can't read a defense. And for those that don't know, Travis Kelce gives no fucks about the play.
Yeah.
He's going to run whatever route he wants to run. And that, to me, was costly for that team because that defense played to the weaknesses of both those two superstars. Number one, the ability for Patrick Mahomes to make plays on the move, getting him to run backwards in a circle.
Yeah.
I do believe that was strategic, and also taking away the middle of the field for Travis Kelce. He was a non-factor until the game was over.
Yeah, I mean, he had 4 catches for 39 yards. But, like, Virtuoso, yes, it wasn't the best offense, but being able to apply that kind of pressure on almost every single play, with just your front four is phenomenal. Whether the offensive, I mean, the fact of the matter is this, right? The first years of Patrick Mahomes, okay, he had all the weapons he needed. He put up huge numbers, right? Well, the Kansas City Chiefs are really up against the cap right now. And they decided to go cheap with the wide receiver and offensive line position. Well, what happens when you take away weapons from a quarterback? It doesn't matter how good you are. If he's not protected well, he can't get the ball to those guys and try and make them better, right? Because that's one thing you could say about the Patriots during the Super Bowl years. They always had a stout, well-coached offensive line, and it didn't drop off until Dante Scarnecchia finally retired for the final time. The guy's retired like 4 other times before the last time, but I think he was like 80 years old, you know? And he's going to go down as the best offensive line coach to ever coach. But you know, that kind of pressure with just your front four is phenomenal. The only guy that I would keep, if we're being totally honest about wide receiver weapons, is Worthy. That dude, I think with another year under his belt, is going to be dangerous. I also think he would be better served with getting like a slot, you know, like one of those slot guys, you know, like a Welker or an Edelman, to kind of take the pressure off him and just make him that deep threat. I don't know if Kelce comes back. You know, and it's not a knock against him. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats at tight end. But it looked like Father Time was catching up to him this year.
Is it Father Time, or is it just kind of a bit of laziness, you think, in his?
No, because I'll tell you this. He puts off the vibe of, you know, he's a party animal and all that shit. But the fact of the matter is he's always put in the work, right? When he got busted in Cincy, you know, when he was in college, and fucking Jason had to go to bat to keep him on the team or get him back on the team, like he has put in the work. You know, so I think he's just not as fast. I don't think he trusts his hands anymore. He can't do the things he used to do on the field, you know. And Father Time is undefeated. We've said that how many times on the show? Like, don't drag it out. Otherwise, you're going to be Peyton in that last year in Denver. You know, kind of throwing ducks, 8-yard ducks. And you don't want to be that guy. But yeah, man, I think, you know, one of my favorite things from this season was we kind of saw a running back renaissance, which made me very, very happy. You know, we're starting to see that running backs, you know, much to the chagrin of analytics guys, are still game changers. You know, Saquon went down as having the greatest season, you know, regular season playoffs for a running back ever. You know, fucking Derrick Henry had a phenomenal year after being told he's washed. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs had a hell of a season in Detroit when
Brandon Jacobs. Don't forget Brandon Jacobs in Green Bay had a great year.
You know, I mean, we're seeing this kind of like you know, running back revival, and I'm here for that shit. You know, and I'm really interested to see what next season unfolds, considering, you know, we could see T. Higgins in a new uniform. Joe Burrow's kind of thrown the gauntlet down to the Cincinnati front office and ownership group, saying, you better start fucking paying these guys, because if you don't, I'll force my way out. You know, Myles Garrett finally having it up to here, you know, with the Cleveland organization. What is Pete Carroll and the real general manager in Las Vegas, Tom Brady, going to do to try and get that team back? You know, I think next season is going to be very interesting. But I did not see the Eagles just mollywomping the Chiefs the way they did. After the first quarter, I was just sitting there just like, holy shit, this is going to be a rough game for the Chiefs. And it was the entire fucking game. But yeah, somebody had mentioned Spag's defense last year. Yeah. I mean, Spagnuolo isn't much of a blitzer either, but he still throws them in there. And I think after the first quarter, Fangio really realized that I don't have to blitz. Sweat is just chasing Mahomes, and Mahomes is running for his fucking life. Carter was just bull rushing those guards in that center. It was fucking nuts. And it was a sight to behold, man. Like that was phenomenally well coached. Defensive backfield play well. Old Cooper DeJean, had a pick six.
A pick six. I want to derail the conversation just. Oops. And send a big shout out to my mom in the chat.
Hey, Jason's mom.
There you go. Love you too. There you go. Sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, Jolomite, you're right. Dude, the running back X-gap scheme is making a comeback. And I wouldn't even say that defensive personnel in certain positions have gotten smaller to keep up with faster offensive players. But what you're seeing are guys honestly, like Jalen Carter, who is a giant of a man who has no business being as quick as he is,
So you're saying there's a pivot from this trend for maybe the last 10 years, let's say, when Von Miller gets the defensive MVP, and it was trending in that direction anyway for some time, especially with the 3-4 defense.
Yeah.
We need a very fast tweener in rush guy. And now we're seeing people want bigger guys in the middle.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not just like guys like Vince Wilfork anymore,
No.
right? Like who were huge and can just clog up two blockers. And that was his very reason for being. You're getting heavy pass rush from defensive tackles now, because like the days of being a big fat body, and I hate saying that because they're still phenomenal athletes, right? But like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Now Joel might shut up, man. Fuck Jason Sehorn.
Jason Sehorn walked so that Cooper DeJean could run.
Yeah. But these guys, like they understand their primary job in NFL defenses is I'm to tie up blockers and stop the run. But see, in college, a lot of these D tackles are able to blow through and get to the quarterback now. So it's changing how the game's played, because now you don't just have to focus on like, I have to draft, like say you play a 4-3, I have to draft, my rush edge and still have a linebacker that can get to the QB. You don't have to worry about that anymore. That doesn't have to be your entire focus, right? You can literally just draft a stout front four and the DEI picks.
I'm sorry, I'll stop derailing you. You're saying serious shit.
No, dude, but that's so funny because Trump was there
for a little bit. He
with
left.
like 20 members of Congress.
Yeah.
I like how we're supposed to be cutting wasteful spending, but that little trip costs like $10 million or some shit.
Some stupid amount of money.
Yeah. But it's we're seeing this transition, going back to what Jason and I've talked a lot about already, where these players like hire full-time nutritionists, full-time trainers. Aaron Donald is going to, like, that type of lifestyle is going to become more the norm than watching Ballers on HBO.
There's a difference in the body type of people. I just wrote an article. I finally got the last edits done, so it will be in the print edition of Damage Magazine. I know, right? About young people
so proud
in steroids.
Of our boy. We're so proud.
But it's about young people in steroids, and there is, in watching an obscene amount of videos with fitness YouTubers, seeing how large their platforms are. Also reading about even older people, because there's a thing that was kind of on the fence for years, and it was like different states had it. Now it's kind of legal across the board, which is people like Mac and I who stopped producing testosterone at a certain level past 30, we can get TRT replacement. So when you hear someone like Joe Rogan go, "Oh, I'm just taking TRT," it's not 100% true. He's taking other stuff, but he probably is taking testosterone. And to know that younger people are getting it too, the level of athlete that we're, and my paper was not on athletes, by the way. It was on regular people taking it for no reason other than just to take it, and especially youth and why they would do it. I won't get into that now, but with the amount of fitness information that we have out there, the ease of availability of things like TRT, I'm not shocked that we're seeing tighter, more fit looking, smaller defenses, in the sense of there's this moment in the 2000s through the 2010s where, to your point, Mac, we have massive bodies up front on the offensive defensive line, and we're marveling at these 300-pound guys that are somewhat athletic. Not all of those guys really panned out in the league. And now we're seeing teams like, I hate to kind of point to my team, but if you look at Denver's defense, it's extremely small, but really efficient, especially in a game that doesn't call for a ton of Derrick Henry size running backs.
And the thing is, Denver also, their entire game is predicated on speed.
Yep.
Right. And when you realize that because you had to eat the Russell Wilson contract and some bad deals that were made before where they're carrying a lot of dead money. Well, how do we field a competitive team since we just like paid out the nose to bring in Sean Payton? Well, Sean Payton went and did a fucking like 180 on us, where he usually crams, aging vets into a team. He just leaned into the baby Broncos and said, fuck it, we'll just play younger players. We'll be faster than everybody. We may not be the biggest or strongest, but we'll run these dudes off the field. And just look at the difference in play between last season and this past season, the 23 season and the 24 season for the Broncos. A lot of that was QB play, but they were just faster than almost every team they played. And if it works, lean into it. Don't go out and just start cherry picking free agents because you've got the cap space to do it. Keep the cap space open. Hang on to the guys you grew yourself, and fill in as needed. And I'm, the Broncos front office seems a lot smarter than it was 5 years ago. So I imagine they're probably going to do that. Like Pat Surtain, that guy's going to be commanding a huge deal.
A lot of late round picks too. A lot of these starters aren't high draft outside of Patrick Surtain. That was to me a no name defense. Cooper Moss, or Riley Moss. I'm sorry, Riley Moss, the other white cornerback that sadly got injured. He's undrafted. So I think there's a change coming after every Super Bowl win. Everybody wants to. I hate all these videos that are coming out. Oh, the Chiefs got exposed. So they lost like 4 years ago against the Buccaneers the same way. We can rush four guys, make Patrick Mahomes spin around like a whirly dervish, and he's going to throw some interceptions.
Yeah, see, and this is where the Chiefs really need to draft smart. I know I'm going to be picking at 31. I'm looking at interior offensive linemen. Get Joe Tooney back into guard. He slid out to tackle because their offensive line has been just ass almost all season. And then I'm looking maybe for a center in the second or third round. I'm adding depth along the front line. Shit, dude, because of the holes in the way that the salary cap is structured, maybe I trade in one of the names I have and try and pick up extra picks. That way I can keep the salaries low for the first 4 years, see what works. And if it doesn't, you just, you burned a late round pick or you stash them on the practice squad, right?
I trade that first round pick.
Dude, that's the thing. A 31, you're not going to get back what you think. It's just the way that
someone's going to want to get back. Someone's going to want to get back in the first round.
Yeah.
Let that team get back in the first round. Give me more picks.
Yeah. That's what I want New England to draft very smart with their pick. And then do the Bill Belichick special, slide back into the fifth round, take 3 players, 2 of them are on the roster. I'm good with that.
I was watching before the show I was watching a video on three-peats, and I think that was a major storyline that because of the 2-week layover for the Super Bowl got a little played out.
Yeah.
And there's 8 teams that had chances to the three-peat, and the Steelers were 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the early teams, the Packers, it was injuries. Those guys were really old by the time for that would have been the 4th championship in a row for them. And you look at the Steelers had 2 chances to three-peat. Same thing. Father Time kind of caught up to them.
Yep.
The Niners had a chance, I believe, before the salary cap.
The salary cap, if in chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it came into effect the year free agency did in 93.
Yeah.
So
I'm not totally sure on that either. But so the Niners are trying to do it before the salary cap. So that's why they have Joe Montana and his backup is Steve Young. They have a ton of talent on defense. The Niners were probably the most interesting of the three-peat teams and the Cowboys, mainly because they drafted so well. They were able to pick up so many, again, in an era before free agency and salary caps, they would pick up so many players, and they hold the Giants to no touchdowns in the championship game. Joe Montana in that third three-peat season, unlike the Chiefs, because I want to kind of explain how unprecedented this Chiefs third run is, because they were so underwhelming as a team. Joe Montana was the MVP for the 2nd straight season. They went 14-2, dominating on both sides of the ball, and they lose a game to who's going to eventually be the Super Bowl champion New York Giants after Joe Montana gets knocked out and again replaced by Steve Young. The Montana years are done at that game. He gets sent off to Kansas City after that. Steve Young does not lose the game for the team. Roger Craig, if anyone remembers that game, at the end of the game where all they have to do is hold on to the ball, Roger Craig fumbles and the Giants kick the 5th field goal and win and go on to beat the Bills, and the Bills' only competitive Super Bowl as well. The Niners, to me, were the team that, and maybe that Cowboys team that loses, I think, they lose to the Niners. They get blown out by the Niners in the NFC Championship game. Those teams were really fucked. They had like 3 and 4 year spans where they were ridiculously dominant. And then you see some Patriots teams that are very, very good. They, of course, get hampered by injury. And when you look at this Chiefs team, for the most part, they were able to keep a core of the team and win games very close.
Yeah.
And you have to be a little lucky in all professional sports.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to ask the question, because we have to kill if anyone ever says to you guys watching the show that the NFL wants the Chiefs to win, stop them right there and say, why would the NFL want such a small market team to be dominant? I need you to explain to me why.
How many times did Jason and I this season say Roger Goodell's biggest nightmare is a Detroit Buffalo Super Bowl? Right? We would have been able to hear Goodell crying now if it would have been Detroit Buffalo in the Super Bowl. And it's not a knock against either team or their fans. It's just outside of Buffalo and Detroit, nobody gives a shit. Philly's a polarizing team. For anything, Nick Sirianni like chirps his own fucking fans, man.
Yeah.
So like when you have a personality, and then on top of that, it's Philly. Like America loves to hate Philly. It's
a weird major city that isn't as transient as New York or Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What's the industry there? Cheesesteak?
Yeah.
Like seriously, cheesesteak and racism?
Yeah.
What's the fucking industry in Philadelphia?
Cheesesteak and cops dropping grenades onto apartment buildings from helicopters.
Or the mayor sending out fucking orders to beat up innocent people to confess that they saw crimes.
Yeah.
Like what? Like seriously, what is Philadelphia? It's a city that I enjoy. To me, it's like East Coast Oakland. I do enjoy Philadelphia.
I
There's
mean,
still video footage of us rocking the fuck out of Philly. A
dude,
lot of fun.
Philly's a fun town.
But let's just be honest.
Yeah. Like when people ask me all the time, like, what's a major like shit in Cleveland? Well, one, it's got a thriving medical like industry, and two, professional alcoholics. All right.
We have a great medical corridor that has gentrified the city to no end.
Yeah. But because there's snow on the ground 9 months out of the year and our professional sports teams constantly fuck with us, we are some world-class drinkers. Ben Franklin. Oh yeah, erotic fanfic. Yeah, I mean, dude, it was like Jason said, they won a lot of close games, and that's a sign of a good team. And when I say team, I don't mean like just like talent wise. A good team is going to win close games, right? But when you get into the playoffs, as well as I do, it's who's got the most, talent. It's just in Philly. Obviously, I don't know how Philly's front office has done it, drafting the players they do at the positions they draft at. Like, how the fuck does Philly end up with Jalen Carter? Like it's just not. It's not. Wow. Yeah.
That's kind of, we have to admit, before the show is over, we'll play the Bill Burr. Have you ever seen Bill Burr rip Philly for that?
No.
You've never seen that?
Uh-uh.
Macadocious Rex. You're going to look me in my virtual eyes and tell me you've never seen the great white comedian Bill Burr rip a room full of Philly people as they boo him. He goes, I'm not leaving here. I'm doing my full fucking hour. And he just rips them for being racist.
No.
Entertain the people while I find this for you.
Okay. Well, I mean, and one, Jason, thank you for that name, because it's now what is posted next to my beautiful face. But yeah, dude, Newry, at no point did I say that Cleveland was better than Philly, but Cleveland is better than Philly. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I don't feel bad about it. But hey, you know what, Dr. Claw, I was ridiculously fortunate to witness 20 plus years of amazing football. But I know everything ebbs and flows. Things come to an end. And, I'm back to some shit football. And I'm hoping that Vrabel can turn things around. And, as much as I shit on UNC quarterbacks, Drake May looked like he had it, So I'm hoping we get a couple more people around him. I'm really hoping New England pulls the trigger on pulling T. Higgins. I think that would be a phenomenal addition to help Drake May's development. And I'd also like to see them, put the money into the offensive line that you have to have now. Because since Scarnecchia left, Jolomite, I wasn't happy about seeing that Matt Patricia, Ohio State defensive coordinator. I don't know how that's going to work, man. I'm hoping it works well.
The Raiders got who they needed, and that scares me for the AFC West.
Oh, yeah, Pete Carroll. Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do on that roster, though.
But it's Pete Carroll and for offensive coordinator, it's can't think of his name. Everybody hates him. He was the Oregon guy for a long time.
Oh, Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good pickup.
Shador Sanders in a Raiders uni with Chip Kelly. That's not fair.
I'm wondering if Chip's not trying to get a head job just at the NFL level again.
No. If I can make 7 figures in the NFL and not have the stress, you can outlive your head coach.
Oh, dude, but see, Chip Kelly, I get why he left UCLA, right? Because they're always going to be the redhead stepchild of Los Angeles. That's just how it's going to be.
Of California, shit. Yeah.
USC is always going to be it. They're always going to be the main draw. And UCLA, whether they're a recognizable name and we know the font, we can tell a UCLA logo, they don't really support the program monetarily the way a lot of other programs do, especially at that level. So I get why Chip leaves, takes the OC job in Columbus. But like I just because JC, I'm trying to like do like I did last week, except I did not have an edible tonight. Right? I'm straight and narrow, and I'm just spitting sports facts today, right? Because I'm cold and I'm focused until Jason plays Bill Burr, and then we'll probably go off the rails.
Oh, I'm gonna wait. It's in the chamber right now. But if once I shoot it, I think you're gonna laugh really hard. But I think we're talking about something that's pretty important, which is what the league's gonna look like next year. I don't think we're gonna see a repeat team. But I wouldn't be surprised if Philly came back, because that team is kind of stacked enough to come back.
Yeah. It's very stacked, and I think Saquon brings a whole level of it's a whole other dimension to the offense, right? Like when Kellen Moore took the job in Philly, and they bring in Saquon, everybody's like, he's going to get forgotten in that because Kellen Moore just runs a pass happy system. Nobody ran the ball more than Philly this year. Nobody.
Yeah.
And that goes to show that Moore's going to work with what he's got. Now, I kind of feel bad for him going down to New Orleans because they ain't got shit. And he's just like, I feel like he's going to be like him bashing his head on the whiteboard every morning when his staff gets in.
Are they stuck with Carr, or do you think they're going to bring a quarterback up? Or do you think they try to, what's the kid's name? Starts with a B. It's not Blake something, is it? You got him in the 5th round.
You talking about Spencer Rattler?
Spencer Rattler. God, there is no B in his name.
No.
Unless he's a bitch.
Well, I mean, I think, you draft him, right, in the hopes he pans out. Why not play him? There's going to be a quarterback hungry team that is going to want Carr. I don't know where Carr and his eyeliner is going to go, but he's going to go somewhere. I think at this point he's a spot starter. He's not a 17 game guy anymore. You kind of know what you got with him, right? And I don't know how, like, New Orleans is $54 million over the cap right now, right? So they're going to have to do some more of their, magical accounting and backloading, turning things into signing bonus or backloading deals just to get under. But, like, if you trade or cut Derek Carr, like, his dead cap hit is like $30 million, and, like, how are you going to, like, you're going to have to work a lot, to get around that. Like, I think the Saints are kind of fucked until they just decide to hit the reset button. Which honestly they should have done years ago, but it is what it is. I think, I could definitely see Philly getting back. That team is stacked. The NFC North, I think, is still going to be kind of stout. Minnesota's got a good team, regardless of who's under center, whether it's the, Grand Wizard of the KKK or his understudy, JJ McCarthy.
You got to admit, if they go away from Darnold, there's going to be a fall off with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. It'll be his first, technically his rookie season, right? But here's the thing with Darnold. Darnold, like I was reading on The Athletic, Darnold might have torpedoed that big money deal with his last 3 games, last 2 regular season games in the playoff game, because he looked lost. Like, I don't know what happened. He went from newly reinvigorated, someone I'll call Sam Darnold by name, flat ass wife or not, he's playing quarterback. And then the last 3 games hit and he becomes that bum that the Jets drafted, like, I don't know what happened.
I blame the coaching. I think a lot of the plays, it felt like
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's in the finals, like he's top 4 for coach of the year every year. He can coach.
Well, like why? Okay. Riddle me this, Macadocious Rex. Why the fuck were they not running shorter patterns in those games that they lost and long developing patterns as your quarterback is getting destroyed in the pocket? Why?
I don't know.
Why didn't they just fucking try to run the ball?
I don't get. Oh God, because it's Kevin O'Connell. Like that. If I have any knock against Kevin O'Connell, the guy does not run the ball enough, especially when you have Aaron Jones back there.
Right?
You know,
They run the fucking ball.
And we've already said this was a renaissance year. You know, the only thing that would have made it better running back wise is if Nick Chubb came back from that devastating injury and just whooped everybody's ass. But unfortunately, he had to get back, get that game timing back, and then he broke his foot. And I'm hoping that we didn't see the last game of him in a Browns uniform. But the Browns have their own set of decisions to make. Since he's got their own set of decisions, like I think the AFC North probably is going to come down to just the Ravens next year. Depending on who Pittsburgh gets to play quarterback.
Can Russell do it again?
Fuck no, dude.
Is Russell going to Oakland or Las Vegas?
Dude, if I'm Pete Carroll, I'm staying away from Russell Wilson. Like he played 6 good games in Pittsburgh when he came back from the injury, and they, after they sat Justin Fields, and then he came back down to earth. Like he was the Russell Wilson we know and made fun of last year. Like
so it was so rough. It was so rough. I also want to send a shout out to Virtuoso. On the screen, in the chat, I actually put up a link, Virtuoso, to a Lawrence Taylor Tar Heels 98 throwback jersey on eBay for $49.99.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I will actually be watching Tar Heels games this year because I am very interested to see how Bill does. Very interested to see how Bill does.
And I'm assuming they play those on the TV there all the time.
It depends, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see.
If Miami is in town, like the U, and they're playing Duke, that game will be on TV.
Gotcha.
And it's because Miami brings more eyeballs, and the ACC's TV deal is so shitty. Their afternoon games are on the CW. So, like, if they can get the 3 people from Miami that decided to matriculate to North Carolina to watch the TV, they're going to do it, But yeah, I'm interested to see how Bill adjusts to the college game. I think bringing his son in as his defensive coordinator is very smart. I think his son did very well in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see how this staff recruits, right? That's what I really want to see. They're killing it in the transfer portal. They're getting guys that maybe aren't superstar names, but they're getting dudes that are probably going to be able to play Belichick's defensive system, which that's always been Carolina's Achilles heel, is being able to stop a team from scoring.
Can Belichick coach up kids in the transfer portal and change transfer portal behavior? Max Brown, our favorite ex-college now commentator, did a great little video on this past year's top transfer people and what people were saying about them and how they ended up playing. And there was a couple people that, didn't get to start.
Yeah.
And because Max Brown is a part of the transfer, like towards the end, it was a thing at the end of his career. And it wasn't that big of a deal. You still had to recruit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few quarterbacks now that are top names in the portal that they transfer because they think they're going to get a starting gig in the new school. And by the time they get there, the room is stacked full of quarterbacks, and they could be the 4th man, 5th man. Remember, it's college on the roster, which isn't necessarily what they wanted. They're trying to get that shine because Cam Ward right now is the archetypal quarterback that's giving everybody hope.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Cam Ward needed seasoning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got that. So when he shows up to Miami, he's pretty well polished, right? What you see in Cam Ward is what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get a lot more development out of it.
Mm-mm.
It's just like with Michael Penix, right? I think Penix is way more polished of a passer and quarterback than Cam Ward.
And he's larger.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm going to caution everybody who may be, one of those quarterback needy teams and you're a fan of that team and you think Cam Ward's going to be the guy that take you to the promised land, 50% chance he does, man. And I hope that Cam Ward pans out. I think it's pretty well recorded that I do want all these kids to succeed. I know that's impossible, but I want them to, right? But there's no room for development with Cam Ward. He's essentially a finished product. And there's a lot of hitches in his giddy up. Same thing with Shador. They both have bad footwork. And you even saw that in the Senior Bowl with Shador. I think Shador has a lot of room to grow as a quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Cam Ward, I don't think he's got a lot of room to grow. So maybe with the proper system and a coach that could kind of, gloss over some of the weaknesses in Ward's game, because everybody's got them. You can have a guy that turns into a winner. But I think with the higher upside that Shador Sanders offers, he's a better long-term bet to be a successful quarterback. And this is just me spitballing here, I think even Shador is going to get behind a bad offensive line because, he's going to be top 3 pick and be like, Jesus Christ, this is so much better than playing in fucking Boulder. Because like Colorado's offensive line was
maybe
awful.
Is Shador one of those few players kind of like who was at a bad team? People are going to call me a homer for saying this. Elway played with a very bad Stanford team for his whole time.
Some awful Stanford teams, yes.
The NFL, he actually has a better team in the NFL than he has at the college level. So you can work on footwork.
I think if Pete Carroll gets a good staff around him and the Raiders decide to go and make a run at Shador, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Carroll's a great players coach. He is going to need, like I said, he's going to need coaching. And like, if I'm Brady, I'm talking to every quarterback's coach I know and trying to pull him to Vegas and paying that out the nose for that position coach who literally is just like.
But is that what you bring a Russell Wilson in for? Do you think Russell Wilson?
I don't think Russell Wilson can coach. No.
You don't think he could be a mentor? You think he's too selfish?
I don't want to say he's selfish. It's just Russell Wilson's the dude that wants to start, right?
Gotcha. He's
more like he expects to walk into a quarterback room and he's QB1. Going into this past offseason, a lot of, there were Pittsburgh beat writers that were like, he was throwing, like he was walking around kind of like, I can't believe I got to maybe compete with Justin Fields, and that's just how it is. The guy's been a starter since he got in the league. I get it. But it's like Russell Wilson being an adult and realize that you're going into the 3rd year of the downslope of your career and you haven't looked good. And he had us fooled there for a few weeks and then came back down to earth. And, a lot of that could be the, personnel Pittsburgh had around him. But Pittsburgh does a good job of drafting.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're playing in a better spot than you did in Denver.
Yes.
Right. And you're the same dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you try and run it back. I don't think Pete Carroll should try and do that with Russell Wilson. If you're going to try and get a former Seahawk, go get Marshawn Lynch. At least it'd be entertaining, But I don't think Russell Wilson's the guy. Like if I'm the Raiders,
you think Derek Carr could be that guy?
Oh, I don't know if he'd go back to Vegas, man. I just don't see it. After the acrimony at the end of his tenure there. Why not roll the dice on Fields? Make him a bridge guy. I don't think you could do any worse than you could with Russell. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit. I'm interested to see how free agency shakes out.
Does Malik Willis? Does someone make a play at Malik Willis?
I think somebody will. Honestly, if I'm Cleveland's front office, why the fuck not? Like, you don't have to give him a big deal. You just gotta have a dude that can kind of get your team out on the field, right? And Malik Willis has shown he's going to prep like he did it. I think he looked phenomenal those few games
Yes.
in Green Bay,
Yes.
filling in for Jordan Love, because like Cleveland's got 9 million other holes to fill. You know, literally 2-3 years ago they had one of the best rosters in football. Then they bring in fucking old Handsy McHanderson, and you know, it just falls to shit. And now they have the most expensive roster in football, and it's bad.
Is that a reason to keep Jameis Winston?
Okay, I love Jameis. I think his enthusiasm is infectious. I think he's a great teammate. If you have a team with a very stout defense that can help keep the other team from scoring after Jameis throws his like 5th interception of the game, Jameis might be your guy. Cleveland doesn't have that, you know, and Cleveland's not in a spot where they can give the ball away and be able to recover from it, you know. So I don't think Jameis is going to be a good fit long term. And when I say long term, I mean over like a 2 to 3 year period for Cleveland. Now, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you could go with Carr, who doesn't throw as many picks, but he's also not going to push the ball down the field, which is where Jerry Jeudy came alive this past season. You know, and I don't know how many players, and I'm not saying this to bag on the Browns, how many players want to go play for that goddamn franchise right now?
That's what I'm saying. Should you re-sign a guy like Jameis Winston, even to a short deal? And
again, you want to be competitive, right?
Mhm.
Jameis Winston is not going to make Cleveland competitive, just the way his game is. You know, he's the gunslinger. Cleveland doesn't have a defense to overcome the turnovers, right? And you can't just say, well, it could have just been a game. No, Jameis is just known to throw interceptions. That's part of his shtick, you know? He's going to drop 3 touchdowns and do some of this and then do the crab leg eating and then throw 4 picks. Like, that's just Jameis Winston, right?
Can we admit that game against Denver was one of the best football games on Monday night in a long time?
Yes, in a long time, right? And then, you know, Jameis is going to give a great post-game interview.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's going to be phenomenal. I actually think Jameis will probably be a fucking phenomenal coach when he's done. I can just see like the facial reactions to like penalties, just like, you know.
I think Cleveland needs a guy like Jameis Winston, and I think he needs a city like Cleveland. And I think there's not a good quarterback draft this year. There might be some guys in free agency, but I don't know if those guys can go to that team.
Yeah, if you need a quarterback this year, this is not your year.
No.
Right? This isn't it. Outside of Ward and Sanders,
there's a massive fall off.
Not a lot of like
Jackson Dart.
Fuck that
Dylan
kid.
Gabriel.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Dylan Gabriel, I could see him going undrafted.
Yeah.
Right. Even after his phenomenal collegiate career.
Yep.
And truth be told, I could also see him getting undrafted and ending up in a UFL uniform by the end of their season.
Sure.
Right? Just to get game tape. Jackson Dart strikes me as a guy that might be like Matt Corral, that hits the UFL, bounces up to Canada for a little bit, like Chad Kelly, you know, because Chad Kelly still plays in Montreal. You know, but I just don't like, he impressed a lot of scouts at the Senior Bowl. But like, you don't really, for quarterbacks, you don't get to see a lot of them, right? Because they're trying to get everybody in so they can get some game film. So you only see 5 to 6 plays, maybe a few, you know, well, that's a lie. 5 to 6 passes, maybe 12 to 15 plays. You know, And Jolemite, okay, Kyle McCord. That kid has got the measurables, right? That we want in our stoic white QBs. Like,
that's funny.
Like he like this is what kills me. Drew Bledsoe, a big knock against him was he didn't interview well going into the combine. Drew Bledsoe was just a really laid back dude that didn't like the process. So he let his game talk, and I think he had a phenomenal career, right? McCord gets to Columbus and rides that bench behind, a couple phenomenal quarterbacks, and then gets his chance to shine. And let's just all, like, whether you like him or hate him, the Buckeyes are constantly under the microscope because they're one of, I'm going to say, 3 programs right now that expect a national title at the end of the year and can realistically deliver it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And McCord could not handle that. Couldn't. Right. And I get it. It's not for everybody. Not everybody could be Caleb Downs going from Bama to Columbus, still playing his game and not like ducking away from the limelight at all. Like he leaned into that shit. McCord decides, I'm going to go be a big fish in a small pond, which is what he did at Syracuse. And it's the ACC. I will fucking say this for the 8 millionth time. That is a fucking basketball conference. It's always going to be a basketball conference, and they're going to have the dominant team, like Clemson, which had a phenomenal run, right? I don't think we can take that away from Dabo. But Dabo fucked Dabo by saying transfer portal. Well, I don't like that. I'm never going to use it. Holy shit, I'm getting the just stuffing kicked out of me. All right. And in 2024, let's go get us some of those people in the transfer portal. What do you say, boys? And the coaching staff's like, fucking finally. Oh my God. Like, dude, we should have been doing this years ago. But like he had great stats in Syracuse. But like when he ran into fucking Pittsburgh, he fell off the cliff, man. Like, I don't think he's cut out to be a pro QB. There's going to be a team that gives him a shot. Like, we've seen weirder things happen. If you love football, you have seen some wazoo shit where a guy ends up on the field and you're like, who is this fucking bum?
Does Riley Leonard get a shot in the NFL? Not a quarterback?
I don't know, man. I don't feel good about that one.
Will Howard.
Dude, the playoff, did you see what it did for his draft stock?
Yes. He
went from being undrafted to a 4th or 5th round pick now.
JJ McCarthy.
And I'm like, I adore Will Howard because that dude left Manhattan, Kansas to come to said Columbus spotlight and was like, fuck it. And when he shit the bed and just made that dumbass play against Oregon, he owned it. He's like, dude, I fucked up, guys. Like, I made a mistake. I know I got to get better. Fucking the Michigan game hits. He did not look good. And, he's like, we just got to get in the playoff. We're hitting our stride. And then what happens? Will Howard suddenly turns into the fucking right-handed Steve Young, and it's just like, Jesus. Like, I literally watched the first playoff game and was like, where has this been? Like, where was this against Michigan? And I loved what kind of killed me is Day and Chip just kept leaning into this. We got to be the men. We're only getting 2 yards of carry. Fuck it. We're going to run traps and draws right up the gut against Michigan the entire game to show that we're men. Fuck that. No, you've got Jeremiah Smith, a man playing amongst boys at wide receiver. And you have Emeka Ibuka, who leads all wide receivers in Ohio State history in catches. Throw the fucking ball, man. And when they back up off the defensive line, what do you got? Quinshawn Judkins and Travion Henderson, who Henderson is a home run threat every time he touches the ball. and Quinshon Judkins is like built like a fucking superhero and runs into you like he's a second coming of Iron Man Hayward. And if I can see this, you, Chip Kelly, and you, Ryan Day, why aren't you fucking seeing this? God damn. I did not mean to get pissed off right now, but I did.
For your national champions, though.
Yes, for my national champion.
The college game is going to be different now because of the 16-team playoff.
Well, here's the thing. It's not official. It's going to 16 yet.
Or it's a 12-team, sorry.
Yeah, it's 12.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but like the contract for the playoff is up in a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already negotiating. And ESPN is getting ready to pull out of the Major League Baseball game. And Major League Baseball is like, oh shit, there's literally no one left to really want to cover that sport and do national broadcasts, right? And ESPN's looking at doing that to free up even more money to give to college football for the expanded playoff. Nuri, I'll tell you why in a second. But the Big Ten and the SEC essentially went in front of the other college commissioners, and they're like, listen, we're going to go to 16. We get automatic buys, not based on seeding. And we want at least 3, but we want 4 automatic spots. And if you don't like it, fuck off. We'll go play our own national title game. And the ACC Big 12 fucking folded, dude. They're just like, fuck. If they leave, there goes the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they essentially have to do what those 2 conferences say. And the group of 5 teams are just like, bro, we're just happy to fucking be here. Like, give us that check. 20.8 mil? Yeah, buddy. Well, you know, Boise State's like, fuck yes. We're going to buy so many goddamn potatoes with this check. Oh, it's going to be so great.
Bibles,
you know?
Books of Mormon.
Yeah. But yeah, man. And Newry, growing up, all my Ohio teams were dog shit. I had to pick a shitty professional team. The Browns were not shitty. The Pats were. They were very shitty. So that's why I'm a Pats fan. Like I said, I got spoiled for 20 plus years. And now I'm back to square one. I'm okay with it. Got 6 Super Bowls out of it. You know, I'm good.
It's still fucking insane thing to think out loud that there's 6 Super Bowls that the Patriots won.
Yeah, in a 20-year span. There are teams that are like, yeah, we got 5 over 60 years. Yeah, bitches.
Yeah, the Niners. That's over what, like 14 years? They won those 5. The Steelers is over like 25 years. Who else?
But really, because even though I'm not a Browns fan, but I am from Cleveland, so fuck Pittsburgh.
I need you to hear this. Maybe we won't get the show pulled down by just like hearing it. So listen to this. This is Bill Burr. So there's these radio DJs. I think their name is Opie and Anthony.
Oh, I fucking hate those 2 guys.
And they were doing some live thing,
mm-hmm.
and Bill Burr was there, and people were booing because he was like right before Opie and Anthony, and he just went off on the crowd.
This is a young Bill Burr because he still has hair.
Oh no, he was bald by the time he did this. This is just a screenshot of him. This is not the actual footage.
Okay.
I was afraid to play it because I don't want him to pull the show down.
You know what's funny? I'm cooking my brain talking about nothing. I'm just walking around like, yeah, I just got a cheeseburger. Oh, fuck all you people. You know what, you fucking losers? I hope you all fucking die, and I hope the fucking Eagles never win the Super Bowl. Go fuck yourselves. Fuck all you motherfuckers, and fuck the Flyers. Fuck all of you. Fucking goddamn fucking losers. Boo and Don Herrera. Suck a dick. All of you. Suck a fucking dick. How's that? No, I'm segueing into my next joke. You can all lick my fucking red nuts. All of you. You can line up in your Harold Carmichael fucking jerseys, and one at a time, you can all suck my dick. City of brotherly love, you bunch of fucking cocks. Just walking around again. Fucking goddamn losers. 52 fucking hours into a show. The fuck am I gonna do at this point? You people are on a goddamn acid. Fucking be up here talking about Hitler. That ain't gonna work. What do you want me to talk about? Hey, throw out some topics. Let's talk about heart disease. Something you're all gonna fucking die of, and I'm gonna laugh at your fucking funerals. It's gonna be great. You're all gonna get fucking cancer, which is fantastic because all your fucking heads are shaved anyways. No one's even gonna notice. You're gonna get fired for coming to work too late because they're not gonna notice that you have fucking bone marrow cancer. The only thing that's gonna give it away is me laughing at you in the fucking background. You fucking bunch of losers with your fucking cell phone pictures. Fucking suck a dick. Fucking assholes. 11 more minutes of this. I hope you all get in your Ford Focuses and fucking drive off the side of that faggot-ass Ben Franklin bridge. You fucking one bridge having piece of shit city that no one gives a fuck about. The terrorists will never bomb you people because you're fucking worthless and no one cares about you. You are this high above New Orleans. No one gives a shit. FEMA would never show up for you fucking assholes. I hope your mother has herpes in the center of her asshole and you go home tonight, you lick it, you get it on your tongue, and some other horrific shit happens that involves cancer. To all of you, 11 minutes left. 11 minutes. I hope somebody takes a fucking beer stein and just slaps you on the back of your zit-infested fucking shoulders and your awful man-tit tank tops. I hope that happens to you. I hope the glass fucking digs into your fucking shoulder blade. And then I see you afterwards. Hey, how's it going? You enjoy the fucking show? That's great. And I grabbed you by the fucking hair, but you don't have any. They really have to come to this, people. They really have to come to it. I really hope all of you run into all those black people that you love so much here in Camden. I really hope that happens. I hope there's a line of all of you guys getting fucking carjacked and they take out their big black dicks and they just shove them right in your fucking mouths, each and every one of you, and somehow they just keep repeatedly coming right in your fucking eyeballs until it builds up so much that your eyes they fucking crust over. You can't see shit. And somehow there's another dick in there for you to suck. 10 minutes left. This is what you want. This is what you want. It's a bunch of fucking losers. Fucking Rocky is your hero. The whole pride of your city is built around a fucking guy who doesn't even exist. That fucking Joe Frazier is from there, but he's black, so you can't fucking deal with him. So you make a fucking statue for some 3-foot fucking Italian, you stupid Philly cheese-eating fucking jackasses. I hope that cheese melts your fucking faces off. All of you collectively suck a fucking dick. A fucking booby 9 hours into a fucking show. Look at you in your fucking Donovan McNabb shirt. I hope he snaps both his fucking ankles the first goddamn game. I hope you go 0 in fucking 16. I said suck a dick. 8 minutes left. 8 fucking minutes left. The Flyers, do they even fucking exist anymore? Bunch of goddamn pansies. Haven't won shit since fucking Gerald Ford was in office. Why don't you just have the fucking ice capades down there, you assholes? You probably won't even notice the difference. That fucking pussy teams. Remember they had that whole season where they wore the slacks? You bunch of faggots. What else? What else?
Okay, I probably should stop it because I can't wait to see the comments on that one.
Yeah. You probably should have the ice capades down there. You probably wouldn't notice the difference.
that rant was pure rage.
I mean, was he wrong about the Joe Frazier thing, though?
No. That's the funniest. To me, that's the funniest shit in the world. You won't celebrate him because he's a black man. He went on the I don't know if you remember this. Terrell Owens did a commercial for Monday Night Football. There was a show when he was in Philadelphia there was a show that they were pushing at the time called Desperate Housewives.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember the woman's name. She's a famous actress. But the Desperate Housewives was pushing the limits of regular television or network television when it came to risque sex.
Oh yeah. I watched it because like I was a hornball for evil.
Nicolette Sheridan. Nicolette
Sheridan.
Yeah. So Nicolette Sheridan walks into the locker room. This was before the Monday Night Football game. She walks into the locker room, and Terrell Owens is all in his uniform.
I remember this bit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Terry Hatcher. And he's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" And she does this whole thing, and then she like drops her towel, but of course you don't say anything.
Yeah.
And people went crazy.
Well, dude, it's that corporate synergy. ESPN and ABC together.
But listen, Bill Burr was on, I believe, a Bay Area daytime show because he was doing some comedy radio show, drive time radio, morning drive time. And that was all the talk, was this Terrell Owens commercial and how disrespectful it was to do. And Bill Burr goes, "Why is it disrespectful? You're just mad because he's a good looking black man and you don't want to see him sticking it to this white woman." He's like, Terrell Owens is chiseled like a Greek god, and you don't want to think about his big black dick fucking, impaling this fucking pretty little white woman.
Yeah.
I always thought that was pretty fucking funny. And then people forget that Bill Burr is actually married to a black woman, who has as part of his show now, actually.
Yeah. Bill Burr, even like when I saw him like coming up when he was like getting famous, he always gave off the vibe like, because he's funny, like hot white chicks would hit on him and he'd be like, "Nah, I'm good. Thanks." But like some black chick will walk by and he's just like, "What's going on?" I mean, and I get it because that's me. That's me.
We got to clown Nuri. He's like, "Oh, so you think it's racism why there's a stat?" Yes, I do.
Dude, Nuri, here's the deal. Is there a statue built of Luke fucking Skywalker in like the Napa Valley?
Modesto. No, he's from Modesto.
Modesto.
Yeah, no.
Like,
nope.
Or wherever the Skywalker Ranch is built too.
Marin? Nope. No, there's not.
And I'll argue Star Wars was much bigger than
way bigger of a cultural phenomenon. Way bigger of a cultural phenomenon.
Okay.
Why isn't there a Rambo statue?
Okay. I mean, if we're going to talk about putting up a statue for fictional characters, I do enjoy the Superman statue in Cleveland where the creators are from, because Superman, if we're talking fictional characters, much bigger than Rocky.
But yeah, I am an expert, goddammit. Anything else you want to say fucking smart to me? But if you think that a statue of a fictional boxer is more important than a statue of a real boxer who might be one of the greatest of all time, Joe Frazier, well, then you've answered your own question, in my opinion.
I mean, it's not just Philly. We've given shit to. Boston's horrible for it too. Bill Russell should have like 12 statues all around Boston. And I don't think he's got one. I mean, Bill Russell won, 11 titles? Was the standard bearer for the center position until Shaq.
It said 60 years, didn't it? 50 years. Yeah.
And it's not a knock against Kareem. His game was different. But Bill Russell was what you wanted in a center. Mean as shit. No one's going to out-rebound him. Defended the rim like a son of a bitch. Oh, and guess what? You're going to get 18 to 20 points a game. Bill Russell set the fucking standard for the center position for over 60 years. And on top of that was a player coach for the last fucking, I think, 4 or 5 titles in a city that was notoriously racist. I mean, it's a shame that, a lot of these places have phenomenal athletes, whether they're black or indigenous, you know, not Mark Rippon, but an actual indigenous person. You know, Asian American athletes. You know, they don't have statues either, you know, and it's just like, give me a
How
break,
evil
man.
would it be to make a Mark Rippon indigenous t-shirt?
Dude, I would love to see like just one of the nations like just call us up. They're like, bro, this fucking bit's hilarious. We're gonna put a statue of him up on the res. And just like Mark Rippon shows up with like his family. He's like, I don't even know what this is about, but I get a statue. Fuck yes, you know.
A Mark Rippon statue in Pine Ridge. That would just be insane.
Fucking Mark Rippon statue on the Navajo res that's only accessible by mule.
Take that, Philly.
Fuck you.
You have your make-believe fucking boxer. We have our make-believe fucking Indian.
Oh man.
I'm all for now make-believe races. Who was that used to always do the fucking real racist shit with Asian people in the movies?
Which one?
Was it Jerry Lewis?
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, you could even go Rob Schneider in a few of them.
Oh, well, he's half Filipino.
Okay, but he went full like not.
Yeah, he went full.
The letter
went
L.
full. Yeah.
You know.
But in all fairness to Rob Schneider, he has tried to incorporate his Filipino heritage into some of his movies.
Oh, well, that is good. You know, and then he goes on Fox Nation. And
Oh yeah, he's full. Oh
yeah,
yeah. He would not watch this show.
Oh god,
he'd watch this show, and then he'd find out that we didn't hate certain ethnicities. And
oh god, yeah. Or he would hate watch it and just keep leaving snarky comments about what Trump's doing in office in the chat. You know, he's cutting government spending.
Tony, I want a John Hughes statue in the middle of Harlem. Here lies John Hughes, who only had one black person in his movie with a non-speaking line.
Okay, JCD, yeah, I mean, Ward didn't win an actual world title. The WBU isn't one of the big four, but like Mickey Ward had a great career. He won a lot more than he lost. He put on phenomenal fights with Arturo Gatti. And let's face it, you know, he was coming on. Yes, that was okay. Mickey Rooney. You know, Mickey Ward, do the right thing part 2. Who's ready for that remake?
Can me and you just walk into random soul food restaurants and be like, why we got no white people on the wall? This is a gentrifying area. Why ain't there no white people on the wall? Where's John Hughes? The fuck? No Matthew Broderick, no C. Thomas Howell. What kind of bullshit is this?
Hey, where's Matthew McConaughey at?
Yeah, where's your... Yeah, Tony Red. There's no breakfast at Tiffany's posters. What the fuck? Like the power.
No pictures of Roseanne Barr? Like, what the fuck's going on here? She's an American icon.
She's the working class icon of comedy.
Jolomite said, do the white thing.
That's the only statues I want right now are just misrepresentations and people that don't belong there.
Oh, man. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Like when you think about American sports, the National League doesn't integrate until 47, right? With Jackie Robinson. Larry Doby integrates the American League in 48 with Cleveland. And the Red Sox, because, you know, it's fucking Boston. They didn't sign their first black player until like 62 or 63. So after the league's integrated, 15, years after the fact,
mm-hmm.
and it's just it's when you think about it, it's mind-boggling, right? Because I've got friends who's like, I mean, unfortunately the man passed, but I would hang out with him after school in high school, and his granddad played in the Negro Leagues. So he would tell us like about Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson. And he's like, when you hear stories about like Gibson hitting a 600-foot homer, he hit a 600-foot homer. Like he just was able to crush a baseball, And can you imagine how different these sports would be if those athletes got to just play, and didn't have to fucking deal with the fucking incessant governmental, apartheid system that we had under Jim Crow. Like I mean, can you imagine Josh Gibson, in some of the stadiums, yeah, it's 460 feet to left, almost 500 feet to dead center, and Josh Gibson's clearing the wall easy as day. What do you say, Josh? How's a bat swinging? It's just like, it would have been rad, man. And it's just like what was it, last year when the Major League Baseball decided to like fold in the Negro League records into Major League Baseball records, and all the old white dudes were like, they didn't play against major leaguers. Actually, they did. They played all-star games against each other, and the Negro Leagues won more than half. It's just people forget about how horrible these cities were to our athletes. And if we actually lived in the society Democrats say we lived in, colorblind, equal.
I think this society is slightly more colorblind, because I've met a lot of racists that aren't Archie Bunker, where it's like, I hate all these kinds of people on site. It's a lot more, I hate people that aren't of my class of that color.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's all I know is we're going to go back to Kendrick here. There isn't an adult, not even adult. There isn't a breathing human being in this country that doesn't know that song and doesn't hear the beat and just starts losing their shit.
Yeah.
I loved seeing like the 70-year-old white women. Like when I was just like fucking around on TikTok last night, people recording Nana just fucking getting down to Kendrick at the Super Bowl, man. And I'm just like, this is fucking phenomenal. I love this shit. And Tony, I think it's important that we recognize the history of what the Negro Leagues did. You can't, when people try and argue, well, it wasn't the same kind of baseball as it was in Major League Baseball. It most certainly was. The best players who were black played in the Negro Leagues, and they would have fucking ran circles around probably half, maybe more, of the players that were in Major League Baseball at the time. I think it's fucking rad as shit. Should have done it fucking decades ago. But that's just me. I'm an old white man that loves sports history and am bothered by, like, honestly, the statistical dick writing that a lot of baseball fans have. Like when I go there, someone said it's rough to watch on TV. You're absolutely right. But live, it gives me a reason to drink for about 2.5 hours, to be loud, and knowing that I go see games in the summer in Cleveland, I'm sweating my dick off, so my shirt's coming off, and I turn into Jason Kelsey in 85-degree weather instead of sub-zero temperatures, and I'm just enjoying myself. So I'm not gonna apologize for being a baseball fan. It's fun.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can I play something for you?
Of course.
Hold on, I want to be on the screen. I want to be next to you.
Yeah, we have to get over the serious talk now. It's time for fun stuff.
I'm not going to play everything. They pulled the champagne room from last night.
For what?
I played music. We were having too much fun. It was, when you have too much fun, it's like, oh, they're going to pull it. So I apologize. We're having too much fun.
Yeah.
The city did celebrate Rocky over Frazier. Newry. You really have to stop acting like they don't. And you have to stop acting like I've never been there before. Stop. You take a video of everybody down there that knows the difference between Joe Frazier and Rocky. Stop it.
Riv, I will tell you right now, Tom Hamilton was my favorite guy to call games, and I would listen to Guardians games before I'd watch. One, because I have the free radio app, and I get to listen to 162 games rather than watching like 6, because Major League Baseball is like, the Guardians have been really good, but they're in Cleveland, so we're not going to show them. Let's put up another shitty Boston Red Sox game.
You see what Tony said?
I mean, Tony, it is going to be a hell of a slap and tickle fight, and then Slash is going to show up, and it's going to get bad. Dude, these pop the balloon challenges are so.
I'm all about balloon pop shows because they are. I don't understand the balloon pop shows and their popularity, and I'm sure the people that started it, because the real balloon pop show is actually done pretty decently. This is a bootleg balloon pop show. There's a ton of bootleg balloon pop shows. They're so much worse than the original one.
Dude, I see so much of myself in the dudes that get shot down, and it just hurts my feelings too.
Some of it's bad, but now it's like if the dudes get shot down, because the way they set it up, it's kind of fucked up. Hey, why didn't you like him? Oh, because he's ugly. Okay, what was the guy going to say? They go to the guy. Was she someone you date? Well, yeah, but I don't want to look like a fucking asshole now, so I got to say something mean about her. Yeah. So this one is so hilarious because you have to ask the question, lady, why were you even here?
It's going to be funny when Jason goes on his next date. He just pulls out a needle and balloons. He's like, baby.
Maybe I'll bring balloons tomorrow. Wait, listen to this. Listen.
Employed.
Damn it. They go, what do you do for a living? She goes, I'm unemployed. So all these dudes, they start popping their balloons to listen.
Okay. You didn't say anything after that. You just said you was employed. You didn't say if you did anything else on the side.
Okay.
Do you do anything else on the side?
I'm a full-time sugar baby.
Bruh. Oh yeah, no.
I'm like blowing up balloons just to pop them at that point. Fuck that, dude.
Don't come up here like that.
Like what?
Don't do that.
Don't do what I do.
What she did? What she didn't do. Apply.
Oh, wow. Wow.
They're not done.
Now, are any of the gentlemen your type?
No, I prefer to date outside my race. And
Okay. To each their own. I don't judge.
I mean, what would you? I thought that was hilarious,
dude. That's funny, but like,
why are you even on the fucking balloon pop show, lady?
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know.
Why even bother going on the balloon pop show if you don't want to be there? I don't know.
Yeah, and like, you're a full-time sugar baby. Like, couldn't you call up like the 65-year-old white dude that occasionally you graze his balls, and he's like, "Here's my credit card." Oh, Joel might know my skin. You can motherfuck me up and down. You can call me every name in the book. I'm just gonna laugh at you, right? But you put me on that show, dude. I'm sweating bullets. I'm gonna have underarm sweat. I'm terrified about what these women are gonna say about me.
This conversation, Mac, I think plays into what you were saying about racism. This is two white guys who I don't know from the internet, but whoever they are, they're more popular than me. And they're talking about people using a hard R. And I'm just going to shut up. I'm just going to play it. And then you can watch it because it's funny. But listen.
Casual use of the hard R.
Oh, really?
It's jarring. Yeah, it's jarring now. And for
casual use of hard R.
Yeah, absolutely. Like okay, it was an episode of American Dad, and it was just like, it wasn't for shock value. It was just like used.
Whoa.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? That was in 2003 or something, like 2002.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna deny that I dropped my fair share of hard R's back then because we didn't even the term hard R didn't even exist. We didn't think about it, right? And it's funny because to me that doesn't feel like that long ago, but to my kids,
Are you talking like N-word hard R?
what? No,
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how people use that term.
no,
I think
that's
so.
the N word. What are you guys talking about? Am I mistaken?
I think so.
Wow, man.
Yep.
I mean, I am 43 years old,
Mhm.
and I remember as a child
Mhm.
hearing the term hard R
Mhm.
and knowing it only refers to one particular word.
Mhm.
Where has this guy lived for? Oh man, like Kush, the thing is, if he meant that word, what other way did you say that word? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's true, Dr. Call. You're right about that hard R. You know, R-rated movie that had the real shit in it. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, Kush, you might be joking, but I feel like that's the word he meant. Like,
Mhm.
but how else would you say that word without the hard R at the beginning of it?
You can say tard.
Yeah, you could. Oh, that's fair, Riv. That's fair. You're right. You're right. New Read, that just looks like a French word. I like my croissant with Itad.
Itad.
You know, like
That's Nuri can get by because he's got an accent. He's calling people retards. I think that guy just called me a hard R retard. Nuri after Jedi mind tricking all them assholes in Philadelphia.
sucking all
I
the
am not even changing his accent to a French one, just talking in his regular voice. Oh, I'm French.
Jedi mind tracking after everybody's pulling the dick out of their mouth and like wiping it come off their eyes. Was Bill Burr here?
I saw that. I saw this video. That dude talking about dropping the hard R's, and I fell the fuck out.
Dude, there are, and I've noticed that working at like the dealership, there are just some really dumb white folks about so many things, man.
I have to ask you another question before you go off on a rant.
Uh-oh.
You remember the movie RoboCop?
Yeah. I saw the clip you sent me earlier. Dying, bro.
You could, you know, this is for everyone. This isn't just for men, but is this a true story?
And the thing is, it's like, you sent me that and I'm like, God, that's so true, man. You just like, you start having like a whole body spasm, you know. You got to be careful so you don't like kick her in the face. You know, you're just like, oh man.
First of all, so it says I can relate. Ken said last week, it's too much. It's too much. You get RoboCopped if it's too much.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'd take a night where I ended up like RoboCop. I'd be okay with that because it's been a while.
That's what we call it from now on. If you get RoboCopped,
Yeah, you got to get RoboCop.
Did you get RoboCop, dude?
Yeah, man, it led to a full like leg spasm, man. It was fucking nuts. Like after I stretched out, like I went and drank like a gallon of water, and the girl was like, "Bro, what happened? Like you kicked me in the back of my head." And I'm like, "You RoboCop me," and then like I got a whole leg cramp. Like it was fucking miserable. And like your boys are like, "I get it, dude. Like a post-nut leg cramp, it's the fucking worst, man."
Did Virtuoso say he got rigor mortis?
I gave her the custard Habibi, and then she RoboCopped me.
Did Nuri say he can only eat baby food?
I don't think I've ever dropped a load so hard. All I could eat was baby food afterwards.
Hey, that's why he married her. You met his wife?
Yeah.
And where the fuck was he? It wasn't like he went astray. He was about face right next to the goods. I'm not mad at that.
No.
Next to the goods.
If you can find it, you keep it.
He put a ring on it.
Yeah, he did.
And he was like, "I'm about to put so many kids in you."
In you, on you, through you.
All over you. I'm not losing this shit for the world.
You RoboCop me anytime you want.
Say something to Nuri about his missus. Punch you right in the face.
Speaking of which, Nuri, please send my humble regards to the missus. She's awesome. And knocked her first.
I hope she's watching the show right now and getting all fired up and feeling good about herself. Like, yeah, I should fucking show you right now. And fucking kids is asleep and shit, and he just gets hummed off.
Dude, you just see a bunch of letters pop up next to Nuri's name.
Got that nigga eating yogurt all week. She just come out that motherfucker with a jar of Gerbers, and his eyes get as big as Oreo cookies. He's like, "Oh shit,
it's going down this weekend."
I don't even know if my nuts can produce enough to satisfy the monster in you.
Eric said, "Get that IV drip going." Baby, you got the saline drip? I'm gonna need my fluids.
Oh shit.
Dude, we gotta start working on the fucking TIR BTR fucking glossary so people know. They're like, okay, he said he got RoboCop this week. Oh, okay, yeah. Just a whole body shake after the nutting. So like
it was like, ooh,
like you did on our honeymoon. Yeah, that okay. Now he said something about eating baby food after. Oh, really good nut. You just so good you can only eat baby food afterwards. Huh?
Mac, check this chick out. So this woman says she met a person on a dating app. They went on a date, and she's telling you about the date. Attractive woman. Very attractive woman. Now, if I was on a date with this woman, I would not have said this. If I was on a date with anybody, I don't say this. But this person said this to this woman.
Got my date here. He's cool. He's laid back. And he just came out with me with flowers and stuff. And he said, can he fuck me in my asshole? And he bought baby oil with him. I was like, that
seems like everybody's prepared but you. What you gonna do?
Oh my God. Okay. how is this man gonna show up and say that when he looks like somebody just like blew the biggest load and RoboCopped all over his face? And like, does this man have conjunctivitis? Okay, and everybody that's watching and will listen, just keep this in mind. Just because you bring flowers does not mean you're gonna get to put it in her butt later. Like that's not.
When she said he brought baby oil and everything.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I thought it was hilarious. He's like, he came prepared.
He said,
okay.
He already told you his plans. What say you? That's a date night. He had plans. Ladies always say, you need to make plans for me. There you go.
Wow.
That fucking face, dude. That's wicked. I would never have the balls to say something like that.
Okay, so apparently Sefri says, depends on the flower. Honeysuckle and snapdragons mean we're doing butt stuff tonight, baby. So, okay. That's good note. You know, good information to have. Is honeysuckle and snapdragon like expensive? Like, I don't, what makes them the key to the butt stuff? And I'm only asking for science. I will not.
Can you please read this comment?
Bring some towels, hit up those pals. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Eric W says that is aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, again, the man brought up a good point. He had plans and he made plans, and he should get some credit for that, shouldn't he?
Eric W says, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is ballsy.
It's intense, right?
Yeah, like I see now I'm kind of changing my mind because I don't know if I'd feel very well if like I go out with a woman and she's like, oh, don't worry about it, I'm gonna pay, we're going to this steakhouse and I plan on pegging you tonight. Like
she's opening the door for you.
Yeah.
She opened the door for you. Hey, she doesn't get you flowers. She gives you a pack. She gets you a pack of 1987 Topps baseball cards.
Yeah. Like not only does she open the door, but she puts her hand on the small of my back, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what?
Oh, hey, Sharon. Wow.
Yeah, hey.
This is great. All right.
You know, and then she's just like, you enjoying that Kobe steak? And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And she just like slides the baby all over, and she's like, I'm gonna peg you later. I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute.
She's like, how do you feel about butt stuff? You're like, word? She's like, yeah.
Me and your butt. And I'm just like, whoa. Hey, what? That's when you hit the no, my brother.
No, Mac, this when you hit this one.
Because I nut quick.
That's what she fires back with, Jason. I'm just like, God damn, you have a soundboard on your phone too?
No, my brother.
You will double the nut load, though. What's funny is if you come back all jiggly like Nuri after one of them fucking humskies. What happened? I doubled the nut load. Don't ask no questions, motherfucker.
Matt, you haven't sat down in 3 days. Yeah, but my legs won't work, so it's kind of. Oh no, Tony, no. You know why chaps are assless? No.
Matt just getting railed.
Yeah. So yeah, I rescind my previous statements. That man was totally in the wrong. And ladies, I'm not interested in pegging. I'm not. I'm good. Thank you. That sounds like not fun. Like Riv said, that's not a good after dinner activity. That's not.
Butt stuff on the first date's never. That's a lot. That's
Yeah,
a lot.
For me, that's like an anniversary gift. You know, like
I don't even know how that would come. I'm so old now. I'm not really trying to.
You're telling me that if you met that single yoga instructor with just that aircraft carrier ass, and she's like, Jason,
it's a low starter, but there's still something on the bottom.
It's the same thing with aircraft carriers too. There's one little curve there, right? So you're telling me if she said, Jason, I want you to tongue punch my fart box and just hit my tailbone because there's only about a half inch between my asshole and said tailbone.
Damn, why does that have to be so flat?
You wouldn't just dive in there?
It's going to be so just fucking profound in my view. Don't want it's just a fucking. If that right woman comes along, then maybe, just maybe, but just randomly on a date, just being like, let's go back to your place and possibly have sex. Let me dive face first into your buttocks and crack those cheeks open like a coconut. That's not what I'm trying to say on the first time we do it.
Tomato, tomato. The fuck is wrong with me?
What would really suck if like all these women started watching the show, they were just like, that's not true. I totally ate my ass first thing. I couldn't even fucking get out of the car, and the motherfucker was.
It's gonna be funny. You guys are gonna know Jason met that one when he shows up on stream and his nose is broke. He hit the right spot and she bucked back and that tailbone just cracked him.
Nuri had to bring up the show model. Remember the show model you had? Have you even tried if you know that big guy? I don't even remember what show that was when we said that. But that was, I do remember saying that on this show.
You know what we should talk about real quick though is Jared Allen, because that was like the thumbnail.
That was the fucking topic of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we didn't even talk about it.
Well, I'm going to hit it.
That's how much we hate Jared Allen.
Jared Allen, here's his yearly sack rundown. And he's a defensive end, so this is the metric, correct? Yeah. Can we all agree on that? 9 sacks first year, 11, 7.5, 15.5, 14.5, 14.5, 11, 22,
damn,
12, 11.5, 5.5, 0, and 2. Finished his career with 136 sacks, and it spanned 11 years. For me, that is a good career. I wouldn't call Jared Allen a game-changing defensive end, a guy who disrupted everything an offense did. I don't think offenses had to really scheme for him. And when I saw he got the Hall nod, I was like, really? Jared fucking Allen? You know, like, I don't see it, man. I don't fucking see it. And
I actually forgot about him.
Dude, he was just always the douche in the cowboy hat. That's just how I remember.
A little bit. Yeah. He played, was the Vikings his 22 sack year? Was it Seahawks? Was it Seahawks he went to, or was it Kansas City?
No, he started out in Kansas City, 4 years there, 6 years Minnesota, 2 years Chicago, last season in Carolina. His 22 sack season was in Minnesota.
Who was playing on the other side of him? What year was that, if you don't mind me asking?
His 22 sack year was in 2011.
Who the fuck was on the other side?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to think of who they had because he had to be getting some single team. They were double teaming somebody.
Yeah.
Who was getting double teamed? That is, considering what we were talking about before, this doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't at all. You know, it's just.
Someone says Ray Edwards. Okay. Huh. I mean, 22 sacks is 20. That's a big fucking year.
Yeah. But for me, when I look at defensive ends or like your rushers,
Mm-hmm.
I look at consistency, right? If I see a guy that over 10 years or 11 years averaged, 10 and 12 sacks, that's a consistent sack threat. He had multiple years where he didn't have it, and it's just maybe the metrics changed, and that's okay. But I just, when I looked at some of the other players, I felt they had more impact on the field, than Jared fucking Allen.
I'm trying to remember back then. You said 2011 on the Vikings. I feel like that Vikings defense was pretty stout, if I remember correctly.
Dude, I'm gonna dig into it and see who was on the team, but like it's just, I don't. Not only did I feel he wasn't a game changer, except for the 22 sack year in 2011, I feel like he and Sam Darnold probably shop at the same place.
God damn.
Yeah.
So you think Jared Allen might be a little bit of a racist?
I'm gonna pull up a picture of Jared Allen right quick. We got to do
Speaking of racist, do you remember the Atlanta Braves pitcher John Rocker?
Yep.
Did you see the fight he got into with Pat Mahomes Sr. at the Super Bowl?
So why does that not surprise me? Okay, so according to the Marcus rule of racism, Jared Allen does not fit the bill. He's got lips.
He's got a lip.
He's got lips. So
these fools in the chat, what does sack mean in this context? We should not, moving forward for this show, once we go down the rabbit hole of degenerate,
we should just stick to it.
We should just stick. We can't go back to football talk because it's going to sound like we were talking about dicks.
Yeah.
And it's just not good.
He dresses like he was a stunt double in Brokeback Mountain, so maybe he's into dick.
Oh, God.
And that's okay. I
keep fucking with me.
That's what Jared Allen is saying, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying he strikes me as a dude who's out in his front yard of his ranch house. He's got a Trump like 2032 sign, or flag.
Trump today, Trump tomorrow,
Trump forever.
Trump forever.
And let's people have had a bad week, but who's had a worse week than JD Vance right now? Trump in a national interview on Fox was asked dead ass, is JD Vance your protege? Is he, your successor? And he goes, no. No. And that was it. That was literally the end of the fucking question. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, star or asterisk. Jesus, you're right. I was trying to make light of a thing. Jesus, I'm sorry. You're absolutely correct. We're in the irreverent part of the show. I know I drug us a little serious, but we're firmly back in dick lane. But yeah, man, JD just can you imagine cucking yourself for Donald Trump and then getting tossed to the side before you even got a chance to fillet him?
That's why people don't stay fucking with Donald Trump for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
This Elon Musk relationship is very interesting, and let's see if it lasts longer than Steve Bannon. The second time around, is frightening because some people are sticking around because they're trying to see this destruction through.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, the relationship with Musk will end when Musk is finally like, can I have my turn to top? And Donald's just like, no, you can't.
Oh my God. I just know the hate comments will flow. I don't want to believe this is real, Mac.
What, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are fucking? That is totally real.
Oh, don't say that.
They are fucking.
They're not.
They are, dude. They are copulating in the Oval Office as we speak. Elon Musk is blowing Donald Trump, and Trump is balancing a can of Diet Coke on the back of his head. Just,
it's too fucking much.
Yeah, you're gonna go to sleep thinking about that, and it's gonna disturb.
I don't want to. Wait, is this the one I wanted to show you?
Nuri. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in your head. Enjoy that.
I'm not the biggest Simpsons fan. Like, I watched it as a young person, but I didn't follow it for the other 39 seasons it was on.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy asked a question: what hill will you die on that is completely insignificant from the real world problems?
Oh.
And I don't this is like one of the more normal videos that shows up on my feed at this point, Mac.
Yeah, because you're right. Your algorithm is totally.
My algorithm is cooked.
Yeah,
it's cooked. I showed you the little person video, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
That was disturbing.
Cooked.
Yeah.
What? Okay, this explanation, I was like, you made it make sense. You made it make sense.
That's completely insignificant to the real world and its problems.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Homer Simpson is married to a black woman. Marge is black. Think about it. Their children don't have hair like their mother or their father. It's because they're biracial. Marge has a full-blown tapered fro. And Homer has the little three-string, the comb over. The white dude, I'm convinced that Bart is having an identity crisis, and that's the reason why he's so bad. And Lisa is a beast on the saxophone. Like, that's her lane. That's it. Y'all can't tell me otherwise. Maggie is the Mia X of the crew, like the gangsta boo. She doesn't care about nothing that anybody else has going on. Like, girl, I don't care. I just need my passy. Marge's sisters, they both have twist outs. Who else wearing twist outs? And in closing, Marge's maiden name is Marjorie Jacqueline Bouvier. She's Creole.
What?
I was like, she's got a point.
That is a very, very, very well articulated thesis and presentation. Like, if she says that to me, I'm just like, I'm convinced.
Nuri says, I don't think a black lady would put up with Homer's nonsense, would they? I don't know. Have you met niggas like my daddy?
And Homer might throw some good dick down. He might.
3 kids.
Yeah.
3 kids. But I saw that and I was like, that's... and I have to send this to you. You have to see this.
And I wonder if Homer didn't show up on the first date with the honeysuckle and the snapdragon, and just Marge was like, "Let's go," like she knew the code, And apparently, a bouquet with those 2 things in it equals access to butt. So.
The whole thing, when she started talking about the hair, I was like, damn, that's a good point. And the Bouvier is what got me. I was like, okay, that's fair. Everything you said is fair.
She's again, very good thesis and presentation.
And we're in closing the show because it's late. Mac has to get up early in the morning. I have to make a very important phone call after the show.
Booty call.
It's not a booty call. I live too far from all booty.
I mean, you could go down to the
The red light district?
Yeah, man.
No, I'm good.
You know,
They always look so sad. It's raining
start
outside too.
charging people to kiss you, man. Want to make out with a beautiful black man? $10. American in this economy? No.
Coach Look said Patreon money spent on Mexican sex workers. Mark's cry. Exactly. Like that's not. Either that's what blows the Patreon up. It's like, oh, this guy's more, or it's just what blows the show up and it's over.
Newry brought up a good point. Pay U.S. ladies of the night with eggs.
I think I probably could get at least a hand job with a dozen eggs.
Yeah,
I feel comfortable.
I mean, dude, we can put up an ad where a white person takes a person of color's spot. You know, like the crying Indian over litter. Just Mark's crying, and it says Jason uses Patreon funds for sex workers.
That's the rumor. You know, it's funny. That's the rumor that blows the show up. It's not like all the other stuff we say. It's the made up thing that I'm actually going down to fucking the red light and, you know, finding some sad woman on the corner. It's just like, oh, not again.
He's back. Oh, God.
Fuck. Oh, I'm so tired.
Can't you just jerk off at home? No, I have all these.
I need you to do it with this fucking bored look in your eye. Just like we were married.
I have all these Patreon funds to spend on you.
Do you take Bitcoin? Would I move to a different part of Mexico? I would move to the southern part, Cuba or Brazil. And more so Brazil.
There's too much ass there for you, man.
That's why I would move to Brazil.
What? Because you're becoming a monk?
No, there's the have you ever seen the band Crypta? Have you ever seen any picture of the band Crypta?
No.
After this, I will show you. Their singer is ridiculous. It's just donked out, dude. It's just donked out. It's not even fair. Donked the fuck out. It's not fair.
Let's go.
And I toured there, and it was interesting. But before we go, I want to show Mac this because my algorithm is cooked. This showed up. I fell out laughing. And this was
guys, you should see the shit he sends. And I'm like, I don't even know. I don't want to know what you searched just to end up here. Like, I could see Jason just like, I need more videos of that guy making fun of Temu shoes.
Oh, did I send you the Temu shoe roast?
Yeah, you did. And then something catches Jason's eye, right? Like, he's like, ooh, shiny. And he goes to this other thing. And he's like, oh, it's a grown woman beating up a little person and giving her a pile driver. Okay. Oh, wait, what's this? Is it two legless homeless people fighting? Oh, and then it just progressively gets worse. And it's all because when he's focused on, I want to see inane videos, it's just the next, ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny.
Mac, for some reason, I'm getting so many hot amputee videos.
No, Jason.
That's why I'm sending videos to you guys, and it just says smash.
Oh, Jason. See, everybody, this is how it starts. He jokingly sends a video of a hot amputee with smash under it. And then we talk sports and he's like, Mac, I did something very bad. And I'm like, what'd you do? And we're all like on pins and needles. And he's like, so I I like amputee women. Oh, Jesus Christ, Jason. And I may or may not have lost her prosthetic. You did what? Yeah, we were getting out of a cab and she kind of stumbled and I reached out and I knocked it down. And I think it's probably in the back of that cab. Needless to say, the date did not go well.
Can I get on your slide? This is how bad it is. We do have a TIR group chat, which is usually just us saying things that we probably shouldn't say anywhere else, and or talking about show stuff.
It's just
And
Jason going, Toussaint, like recording at 9 today. Good smash. That's all it is.
I can't send her any more of those because she gets mad. It's just
let her know I'm nominating her for canonization as a saint to the Vatican because she's got to deal with your fucking ass every.
Why do you think she
single
doesn't
day.
come on air anymore? That poor woman is trying to fucking. She had like a 3-year run of insanity. She's just like, I need time to recover from the boys' fuckery.
Yeah, like the 10-year anniversary of TIR, she's gonna pop back up, and everybody's gonna be like, "Where the fuck have you been?"
She's gonna be like Oprah at the end of Color Purple. I was sitting there rotting that jail.
God. I hope you expect a message from her tomorrow morning. Oprah at the end of Color Purple, huh?
And another thing. Just N-word. Just let that poor woman be. She just needs to nap.
With the hard R.
With the hard.
Jason, stop being such an etard and play this video.
I'm just still picturing Nuri cussing people out in English, talking about I'm French. Don't mind me.
They're like, you don't sound French, and Nuri just goes "we," and they're like, "Oh, yep, there it is."
And it flips
There
him off.
it is.
Oh fuck! Okay, here it is. Another self-defense video. I love these.
We're going to teach you a few dirty tricks. Say, for example, I'm walking down the street and I have some candy in my hand, and I see a bully approaching me. All I have to do is take the street smart stance, throw the candy in his face, and it gives me enough time.
One, waste of candy. And two, that girl's getting fucking like a dislocated jaw, you know, like take up that stance, guys.
Oh shit.
That's how you handle patron. Jason just got like a pocket full of hard candy and just like runs away.
Take the street smart stance. That you're gonna get slapped in the face just by doing this shit to somebody.
Oh yeah.
At least your arm broke. She's not done, by the way.
No. And her crony in the background gets in on it too.
Oh, I sent this to you?
Yeah, you did. I watched it and was like, oh my God. My daughter, who is a dainty little human, was even like, I'm killing her if she throws candy.
Right. You fucking murder this bitch.
Yeah.
Time to run.
If a bully is approaching you, you've got a magazine, just
There we
roll
go.
it up, hit him, and run.
If you don't even have the nerve to slap me with the rolled up magazine and you just kind of like pop me with the bottom of it, dude, I'm chasing you down and ripping out your spinal cord. Right? Like it's just yeah. Yeah, Nuri,
This is a bad dog.
yeah. And Nuri, it's not even a big dog. Like it's like a It's like a fucking wiener dog or something. You're just like, bah!
And what does it look like when a bully approaches? Like, if you're not in a school situation, like, where are you at where there's just these random bullies walking around?
Yeah.
And how
Kush,
much of a doofus do you look like where they just want to fuck with you?
Kush, it's not even just the 15-inch jean shorts. It was the tall socks to go with it. See, my mom wants me to dress modestly, so I just show my kneecaps. That's it. Everything else covered. Because there's nothing sexy about knees.
All I have to do is throw the water right in his face, and it gives me some time to run away.
New BTR rule. Don't do any of that if you're being bullied. Don't do that. If you really want to beat a bully, what you do is you square up and then pee on them.
Don't do that either.
Yeah, that bully might be like, oh yeah, someone's hydrated.
The first rule of self-defense is don't get into a fight. It's the first rule of self-defense.
I mean, yeah.
If you can avoid it, avoid it. There's a lot of names you can call me, and I'm probably not going to do anything.
That's right.
Because a real fight isn't cool. I'm trying to survive, not impress anybody. And I can hurt somebody and accidentally kill them.
It's half the fun.
There's a lot of people sitting in prison right now that punched a person one time, and that person hit their head and died.
I know.
That's not where you want to be. Also, don't throw a Dixie cup full of water in anyone's face because they may beat the dog shit out of you.
Yeah.
And then peg you.
Oh, dude, you're getting pegged.
You're
after
getting
you throw water. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a given.
Yeah.
And we're all going to shrug our shoulders when it happens. Like, oh, well, you threw the Dixie cup.
Yeah, you did just have a Dixie cup. And you oh, that is not kind. Oh.
Like, oh. You thought it was a stage 10 Dixie cup. Oh.
Like the woman just pulls out like something bigger than your forearm, Jason. It just like wiggles a little bit at the top. You're like, oh, you in for it bad now, man. Shouldn't have thrown that water.
Like, don't throw candy in anyone's face. If you're a young person watching this, for whatever reason, don't watch this. Go get your parents. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You're probably the weird kid in school. And anything you say here from this show is not going to make you cooler because none of your friends will get this.
Yeah. And on top of that, if you're I'm going to tell you right now, if you're in high school, guys, do your theory reading at home. Don't do it in class. Don't do it at school, man. Don't. You're opening yourself up to just.
We might beat you up for it.
Yeah, dude.
We might.
And by beat you up, it'll be verbal because I don't hit people younger than the age of 18.
We might hit you with a magazine.
Yeah. And smack him on the nose.
Smack you on the head like a fucking
bad little leftist. Read the manifesto at home.
Do I think pepper spray is a good self-defense? Fuck yeah. But are you running afterwards? Or are you just pepper spraying the shit out of them, standing over them, talking shit?
One, I don't recommend that because that shit sprays. It bounces. And two, I do recommend it because there is no better feeling than standing over the bottom of your body of your fallen enemy and running your mouth at them. Letting them know I did this to you, little bitch. And then you pee on him. Boom.
Have you seen the
Actually, don't piss on people, guys, unless it's between two consenting adults and that's what you're into. And if you're going to do that between two consenting adults, just put plastic down. Pee smells bad if it gets into carpet.
Maybe we have to end with this.
Yeah, we can't end on peeing on people. We can't.
I'm not going to pee on you. No one's getting peed on, but we have to end with this. There's a video that I rather enjoy watching. I watch it a couple times a month. Someone says, imagining a 13-year-old TIR fan is horrifying. Yeah, it is. Or don't.
Yeah.
If you're young, don't use any of these jokes around. Like, don't do Pog Chase or MLK around your friends. They're not going to get it.
No, don't do that. And if you're going to watch something, watch the earlier during the week stuff when it's like serious and you're going to learn something. Like, do that. Don't watch this show and then take it to school with you.
You can't. You cannot.
You will get expelled. Suspension at the very least.
You're just not going to be cool.
Your mom's going to go through your room and find your copy of the manifesto, probably the copy of Capital you started, got through the first 3 pages. And you're like, what the fuck is this? And it's now just like propping up something, you know?
Think about it like this. If you're watching this show, that's the equivalent of like going to school with a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
And telling those kinds of jokes.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Or it's like going to school with Dane Cook jokes. Don't do that.
Oh, God. You don't, right? No one's going to understand the old guy sex jokes because you're 13.
Yeah.
And you probably haven't seen any sex organs in real life other than your own.
Yeah.
And accidentally of family members. Get over that trauma first.
Therapy's good. If you need it, go.
Look, we're parents, and my kid doesn't watch none of my kids watch this show because they would be like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dad? I was gonna say, well, I was talking about banging your mom for the first hour.
Yeah.
If you really want to know, how does that make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they're gonna say weird, and then they need counseling.
Yeah.
So it's just not good.
Yeah. Just if you're here, go somewhere else.
There's a Minecraft thing, whatever you young people do now.
Yeah.
Some rap video dance you should be doing. For the person that talked about, is pepper spraying someone okay? Yeah. This guy walks up on these two dudes that look very beat upable.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Right? Look at these guys. And he goes, what the fuck you doing in my neighborhood? And I don't know what they're doing. They could be assholes. I don't know.
Does he have a boom mic?
Yeah, because they're doing like some kind of recording. There's like a homeless, not necessarily encampment, but it looks like there's RVs and stuff. And I don't know if this guy is part of the RV community, but he just doesn't like these people videoing. And again, I don't know what they're videoing. They could be assholes. I don't know.
You know who that guy is?
Who?
That's the boom mic holder from the porn shoots.
The guy that got nutted on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a rock star.
Yeah, he went to USC Film School just to get nut blown in his face, and now he's doing TikTok videos, man. Like, what the fuck?
Well, if you watch this video, this is the true downward spiral. If you are young and you're watching, if you think I can get into porn and OnlyFans, this is how it ends up for you. You're holding a boom mic and you'll be doing this to an assailant, and this is gonna be the highlight of your day.
Jason, send me the link for the finding the ugliest jerseys in sports history. I'm not kidding. That should interest me because I want to see what they say.
Okay. There, we'll watch this real quick.
Give me your phone, bro. Give me your phone. Why you recording me, bro? Oh, you said what? Wait, I'm from DC. Why I know? Give me your phone,
nigga. Getting pepper spray turned this man into fucking Wile E. Coyote. Watch this. Watch this.
Mom, the guy on camera pepper sprayed me. God, that shit sucks though. That shit sucks so bad.
He just fired up a fucking blunt. And now he's just recording the dude. The dude sits down in the corner. Look at him. He called his mom. Look at how he's walking. How does pepper spray fuck up your giddy up like that? Oh.
Just sit down, man. Sit down. I'll call the ambulance for you. Sit down, man. I'll call the ambulance. Yo, come over here. Follow my voice. Follow my voice, man. Follow my voice. You're good. Slow down. Stop. All right, the curb is one step away from you, man. Just sit down. Right there. There you go. Let me borrow your phone. I'll call the cops for you, man. Let me borrow your phone. I'll call the cops for you. You want me to call the cops for you or not? Can you just call them for me? Bro, I don't have a phone. I need to borrow your phone. Just unlock it. I'll call for you, man. Don't trip. Dude, you need help. Good, bro. You need help, man. Don't you want help? Hey, call the ambulance for this guy, man. Yo, just sit down, man. Just sit down. Just sit down, bro. Well, there's the car. Hold on. Bro, just sit down. All right, sit down. We'll help you. We'll sit down, man. Just sit down.
He went from the hardest motherfucker alive to I don't even know what he turned into.
He had to call his mom. Mom! I can't see. Oh god, there's snot everywhere. What is wrong with you? I got baby in the face. Baby in the face.
Virgil Willis was that man's trying to power walk the pepper spray away. He wiped his eyes and then scratched his nuts. I'm so mad that man walked. First of all, he stopped in the middle of the road. Fuck you. I'm from, and he named the street he was from, and they sprayed him in the face. And he probably walked. Yes, the video is the answer. If you get pepper spray or bear mace or one of those things, the person that you spray in the face 9.9 times out of 10 is going down.
Yeah, because that shit. Because it's not just like it gets in your eyes; you breathe it in too, and it gets in your nose, it gets in your mouth, gets on your tongue. It's fucking miserable.
Then you start walking like you have no bones.
Yeah.
You look like the boneless chicken. How does one catch the boneless chicken?
You just turn to spaghetti noodles.
He started crying and bleeding out of my eye. And you know how that could have, back to the whole walk away from the fight thing? You know how that could have been avoided? Keep driving.
Mm-hmm.
It's none of your business.
Mm-hmm.
It's none of your business. Hey, man, you look like a bitch. Yep. I'm just wearing a look like a bitch outfit today. Have a nice day, sir. It's just not going to fuck with me. Sorry. Not going to work. Like, what are you going to call me that's going to be? You have to physically harm me for me to have to physically act.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been called a lot of bad things. Like, you're not going to verbally hurt my feelings unless you're a woman with a balloon. Then
yeah. You can't hurt me more than my mom.
Yeah. You can't hurt me more than those women on the show I was on. Fuck.
Yeah. A woman with a balloon. Oh my God.
Mac, you have 2 degrees. What are they in? History and journalism. Pop, 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 pop. Why did you pop your balloon? I'm only interested in the guys with MBAs.
Oh. Mac, would you date her? No, she's fat.
Her words Words can't hurt me, but they did. That doesn't make any sense, Mac. I know.
Like that, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
I just walk away. I'm all noodly.
Last week on Clickbait, we were talking about the ugliest jerseys in the history of sports. For the honorable occasion, I'm wearing my Antonio Brown Buccaneers jersey that I got as punishment one time. Speaking of unavoidable train wrecks, here are a few of your suggestions for worst jerseys in the history of sports. The Baltimore Bullets. This sounds like a 1970s. Oh, good Lord. What is that? It's like the French flag got pretty much spewed onto a canvas and it's just been vomited onto a basketball jersey.
That's pretty bad.
What is this? It's like the chicane of turn 1 of Watkins Glen in blue with a white and red. It's just an absolute atrocity.
That's not funny.
The Sabres alternate uniform. Oh,
the banana. Oh, that one.
what is that Buffalo logo? Are these the Chinese knockoffs that Terry Pagula ordered for the alumni? Oh, Lord, it's a stampede of shit. You know a jersey that can beat any of those? Put it in the comments. We want to go.
That wasn't that good.
That sucked.
That was bad.
That was not a deep dive. You suck,
No, and
bro.
that guy wasn't funny.
No.
He wasn't
And
funny
I
at
hate
all.
him already because he knows about NASCAR road races.
He's just fucking lame.
That
He's
hurts my
fucking
feelings.
lame.
Sorry,
Yeah, that
everybody.
guy fucking sucked.
Yeah, sorry guys. None of you deserve that.
None of you deserve
None of you did.
I'm sorry. Is there anything can we clean that out with another insanity video?
Just do another balloon pop video.
Oh, I got something better than that.
Oh God. Here we go. Here we go.
I might have something better
Oh no.
than that. Oh yes, Mac. Mac, what do you know about the Buka Buka?
Nothing.
Do you know who Adam 22 is?
No.
Do you know the No Jumper podcast?
No.
Adam 22 is the host of the No Jumper, but I think he owns it. It's a really big show, millions of followers, horrible show. His wife does porn, and some large cocked black man fucked her, and everybody made fun of this guy. And a lot of rappers come on his show, and he decided to do a rap song. He's a white man that's like our age.
Like, how white are we talking?
Everything will make sense when you see the video.
Okay, fair. He does porn and got his wife into it?
I thought it was the other way around, but it could be that. Yeah. No, he's not someone you want to have over your house for the holidays.
Okay, fair. Oh, he looks like somebody I'd.
Yep. It's probably someone you knew in high school. Definitely does a lot of math. Yeah.
He hung out with my cousin a lot. Yeah.
This guy's made a fabulous career for himself by just taking black people and going, "Can you do something real niggery in front of the camera for us, please?" And that's been his career. Oh yeah, it's great.
Bad bitch with me, but you know I gotta use the hooters. Blowing up down, I ain't never had to use a tuba. Stand over him and I hit him with the buka buka. That's a savage life. BBL fella, man, is looking like a bag of rice. I see smack in the county, I'ma have to stab a dyke. Thought you was a podcast. Nah, I'm the Antichrist. Posted with my 40 on me, I was up at Jerry's Liquor. I was there so long that I damn near had to tear a Snickers. Why wait around, man, when I could get to flipping chickens? Fuck an interview, I'm about to get a spot on Western. Free Crib Mac, I say it in every neighborhood. I ain't a peck of wood and I ain't got a pointy hood. Sticked up in the AM like I got some morning wood. That's why I keep it sportier than Dick's Sporting Goods.
Okay. What do you think, Matt?
That's horrible. What the fuck?
Hand over him and I hit him with the buka buka.
Yeah, if Adam does hit you with the buka buka, you should get checked out.
Nigga, play with your butt. Nigga, for a nigga put a finger in your nigga. Shut up. Buka buka on the dead homie. Nigga, play with your butt.
It all circles back around to butt stuff.
So the Buka Buka Mac is what you don't want. That's what you bring the baby oil for on the first day.
So Buka Buka is just code for a prolapsed rectum. Got it.
I don't know what the Buka Buka. DC Joe Black said, God send the flood now.
The flood comes and Pog Chaser MLK is there with just a bunch of big bootied white women. Fuck these animals.
I found the mountaintop, Adam 22. A Buka Buka right back at you.
See smack in the county, I'ma have to stab a dyke. See smack in the county, I'ma have to.
So this is the guy he was talking about. And they said he looks like a stud.
Wow. Wow.
That's the Buka Buka.
Joe, you're right. Just Jesus, I've seen what you've done for many other people. Can you just send the flood now and end it all before the Buka Buka gets me?
Some middle schoolers getting expelled over Pog Chaser. That's why we say if you're young and you're watching this show, there's nothing good you can get from this. You want to go to school and talk about Pog Chaser, MLK, and the Buka Buka? It's a wrap for you, kid.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done. You're done.
Or in the words of your own, age group, you're cooked.
You're cooked. No one's taking you to the winter formal, man.
No. Dude, you're eating lunch by yourself.
Oh, you're totally going to be one of those kids like he's going to shoot the school up.
Yeah. Kids, you need to turn this off because it's just going to lead you down a road to really weird porn that you're not mentally prepared for.
Somebody said this can't be real.
Canadian.
Who is this? A new person?
Yeah, Canadian. Welcome to
welcome, Canadian.
And unfortunately, it is real, and that's disturbing on so many levels.
Okay, this is I promise. I fucking promise you.
All right, last one.
I sent this to the group chat, and MT responded, "What the fuck do you want?"
Yeah. Exactly, Tony. You want to end up like us, kid? Get out of here real quick.
It's like the Dewey Cox. You don't want this, kid.
Yeah, you.
I gotta find this for you. It's not as good as the Buka Buka.
Okay, the Buka Buka is disturbing, and not in a positive way. Canadian. What word comes to mind when you hear horror? This is a critical gooning theory show. You kids aren't ready for this.
Well, if they're watching, did I tell you? I'm over here stuttering. Someone who watches the show, they're a touring musician, and they hit me up, and their band's called Traders, by the way. Really, really cool post-punk band. If you like stuff like older Depeche Mode and stuff like that.
I thought you were gonna say their name's Gooning, and at that point I was gonna die.
No. The dude said he goes, "Oh, by the way, Hassan played a clip of your show, but he didn't shout you guys out. That's fucked up." And it was of course the Gooning clip.
Oh God.
It's always the Gooning clip. Because I look every day. I look to see what videos are like, how they're performing, right?
Oh man!
And I saw the Gooning clip, had jumped up in the top 10 for February. I was like, that's weird. And the guy, I was like, oh, okay, because I see why now.
Gooning.
Yeah. I believe
you. We cover so much shit, and I get it. We also just spiral into giggles, but like of all the things we've talked about, of all the things we've covered,
of all the things, gooning.
Like Jesus Christ.
Like you get mad when you're just like, what is like YouTube sent me this thing. It's like the most played video from last month, and it was a clip of something I cut where jokingly me and Ben Burgess are like, you probably shouldn't take what Sam Cedar and Jimmy Dore take too seriously or say too seriously. And we made up a character called Brianna Cedar Gray or Brianna Cedar Dore, something like that, or Jimmy Cedar Gray. We just like combined them all into one fucking fictitious person. And that got the most views because we were making fun of people's idols and they got all mad. So
shucks.
Yeah. Like the things people give a shit about. I'm like, oh wow. Well, let's see how many people watch this show on Syria next week. I don't understand anything that's happened in this video. And maybe you know more than me.
Someone tried to kill a Catholic priest in Canada?
Yep. Watch this. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. Hey!
The fuck?
What? Wow. I mean, let's be honest. We shouldn't be surprised this happened.
Like, what? Why did dude have such a bad? It's not like that priest was that fast.
Oh, yeah. Maybe the stabber like didn't train enough for this stabbing. Like he didn't work on his cardio to go after him to finish the job.
Because he was like, oh fuck it.
Yeah, that was like a really half-hearted attempt. And then that was the nicest arrest for a near murder I've ever seen. Hey, police here. Can you go ahead? Yeah, there you go. There you go. You have the right to repeat instructions, and you want some Timbits? You're gonna get hungry. Sit in the back of that squad car for a bit, okay? It's not a good look, sir. It's not a good look.
I said, this is what DMT goes, what the fuck? And she never curses. Like one more time. Like, look at this. What is this? I'm good. I'm good. Good. Someone said, why was undercover cop there right in front? I am kind of upset the priest didn't like stand still. Like, he was scared.
You ever had someone pull a knife on you? That shit is scary.
I'm not a priest though.
I mean, dude, getting stabbed hurts.
If I was a priest, I'd probably feel like God was my pepper spray.
I think this priest just proved God wasn't real. God will protect me. Oh no!
Like all these football players are like, God, thank you for blessing me. He was watching over me. Make sure he wasn't watching over their priest. You fucking, what happened? His phone ring?
Hey, Dad, Jesus, what? There's a priest getting ready to get stabbed. Oh, Jesus, again? Forget it.
I mean,
Dad,
I'm not saying
stop using my name in vain, Dad. Oh, fuck.
I will say this in all seriousness. People on the front lines of battles that most people don't want to fight I mean, dealing with homeless and mentally ill people, taking in refugees no matter the price, being against nuclear war and all kinds of war. You're usually going to find them in a church. That's why it's so disgusting that ICE is going into churches trying to arrest people. I don't know if I said this on the show or not, but usually there's a massive line of people crossing every day because a lot of people work on the other side.
Yeah.
You have paperwork, and once you cross on where I live in San Ysidro, once you cross the San Ysidro U.S. border, there is a massive outlet shopping mall. Most of the people that work in that outlet shopping mall live in TJ, right? There's schools that people drop their kids off to on the other side. There's just a lot of work. And people work, some of them all the way up to LA and live here. And if you don't leave, for me, because I live further south, if I don't leave my house at like 2:30 at the latest, I got a 3-4 hour wait until 9-10 o'clock.
Yeah.
When I left to cross on Sunday, I kept looking at the time because I had the app. It kept saying 10-20 minutes, 10-20 minutes. And I was like, well, I got time, so let's see what happens. And I left at 5, and sure enough, no one's crossing because so many people are getting arrested with paperwork that cats are scared.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a matter of time before these, small business people and corporations are going to be like, look, dude, we were all for the rhetoric, but you've decimated our workforce.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, it's in Wake County, which is the county Raleigh's in. They had a massive ICE presence last week, and they were going into schools. Just like, dude, kitted out with shit that was nicer than what I wore when I actually went to war.
Fuck.
Asking children, hey, who are your parents?
Oh,
Shit like that. No legal representation there. The school resource officer is going to help them out before they help the fucking kids out. And it's the sad thing is people were genuinely shocked at it. And my only answer was they have kids as young as like 4 years old defending themselves in immigration court. No parents, no legal guardian,
none.
Just a baby.
I don't know how this is going to end up. I don't know how long it's going to last. It's still going on. The border cross time is still relatively short from what it used to be. And it's very eerie. It's very depressing. So we'll do a show about it. We can get a little more serious. This is the light show.
Yeah.
I did want to make fun of this guy that went after a priest.
Yeah, dude. I'm not surprised. We're starting to see how a lot of these, especially the bigger religious groups, whether it be like your independent mega churches or the Catholic Church, or like the large like down here it's Lutherans. People are starting to see through the bullshit. I had a friend who's been practicing, like Southern Baptist forever. And he was like, dude, he's like, I had to get money or I had to get food from the church food bank because I can't afford much right now. And he's like, but my preacher rolled up in a BMW, and he's like, when I was a kid, I didn't think much about it. He's like, now that I'm a struggling adult, he's like, now I'm just pissed off, and for whatever reason, I don't know how America has managed to kind of skew itself against the norm where a big chunk of the world I shouldn't say a big chunk, but a larger portion, because you still have very faith-based social groups and communities, right? But a lot of people are slowly moving away from like any kind of religious belief, and kind of abandoned the church. But here in America, though, holy shit. I love sports, but you know what I want to hear? I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the ability to throw a football 80 yards. Bro, you have no social life, dude. You fucking lift, eat well, study a playbook. That's why you're good at this. Like, that is why. Like I've always maintained, like, I'm not going to bag on people's faith, because if it gives you something a little extra to get through everything, so be it. And if you're not using it as a weapon, I don't have an issue with it. But I just see it being used as a weapon more and more, especially one particular faith group here in this country being, the Christian faith and all its denominations and makeup, rallying to all this bullshit. And it's like, dude, you talk about this being that died on a cross for all sins, that told you that the most important are the poor and the needy. You're supposed to be looking out for them. You're supposed to be assisting them. He's the dude who told you that it's easier for the camel to pass through an eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to get into heaven.
We don't talk about that much.
No, we don't.
Because you can launder your reputation through charity. And I think that's a big problem. The idea of charity being enough. And everybody's idea of charity is going to be relative. Yeah. Look, I don't want to depress people too much. We went for 2 hours and 48 minutes not being depressing.
Yeah. So just remember buka buka. Okay.
No buka bukas.
Oh, no, that's right. No.
I'm not trying to get buka buka'd.
Yeah, you don't want the prolapse rectum.
I'm not trying to get buka buka'd. I'm trying to get RoboCopped.
Yeah. You want to get RoboCopped. Remember, it's honeysuckle and what was the other flower? There's two particular flowers that keys to the back door on date one. Use a water-based lubricant, not an oil-based lubricant if you're going to do that, because oil will break down the structural integrity of a condom. And Jason's into amputees now. So we have a lot of fun.
Only the hot ones. I discriminate. I totally discriminate.
That's right, Jason. Did you see what the Pope did today? He wrote a letter to all the bishops in the Catholic Church saying that he's terrified for what's going on in the United States and that we shouldn't support, Catholics shouldn't support Trump and his policies.
Oh, okay.
And Sefri's absolutely right, because the American Catholic converts are going to pull a France and appoint their own pope. We're going to have an anti-pope here, Jason. Watch. We're going back to the 12th century, baby. Anti-pope. Let's go.
So, Mac, there's an amputee that I've been following on Instagram for a while.
God damn it, Jason.
So thick. She just lost her arm. She's got another.
Jason's like, I could still get a handsy.
So someone beat me to the punch, and she got locked up. Someone locked her up. I was waiting for my chance. I was like, oh man.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Jason.
Right? But yeah, don't be discriminatory. There's
not the way you are, right?
Oh, I'll tell you. I didn't tell you this in real life. I didn't tell you this. The night we got done with the show, where we were looking at all the old freestyle singers, I went online.
Tiffany hit you up?
I found Tiffany, found the email, and I was like, we should try to interview Tiffany. And as I'm writing it, I'm about to send it. I'm like, no. I can't fall in love again. I was this close. I'm like, look, I found her on fucking a site, and I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, I don't know, man. What if I fucking can charm Tiffany and meet up with her? And I'm sure she lives in LA or something.
I think you should. I think you should do it.
But I can't get hurt again.
Oh, I think she'd hurt you in all the right ways.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'm
looking for something a little more serious.
What's more serious than a Roman helmet?
And
nothing.
I love this show. What's more serious than a Roman helmet?
Here we go. Yeah. That needs to go on a shirt. That needs to go on a shirt.
With a picture of Tiffany.
That's right.
Like this. Good. Like fucking Seinfeld.
And that's when we get sued.
Probably. Raw milk for the peasants, blood boys for the tech lords.
That's right. That's right.
Mac, no bullshit. This, I was like, oh, dude.
You should have. I'm telling you should have.
Because what if it just opens up this Pandora's box of all these? Oh my god!
Isn't that the goal? To open Pandora's box.
Look how weekend goes. Here I come. Because weekends were made for fun. Get that song stuck in your head,
bro. It's she can have you hitting all the high notes, bro. Just giving her that Roman helmet.
Jumping music.
That's right, man.
Slick DJs.
Bro, maybe you get to go on her next mall tour.
She's on tour right now.
There you go.
Smoke machines and laser rays.
I mean, is she playing loading docks or the actual venues?
The loading. It looked like she was playing actual venues.
Oh, that's good.
But I feel confident. So I'm not gonna give me some time. I'm not ready yet, Matt, because I'm not ready for the rejection.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna reject you, Jason. Tony's right. She'll have you drowning in the shower.
I would totally. That would just be. You guys would be so mad at me because I'd be going everywhere with Tiffany, just all over Instagram.
Dude, Jason, that's where we have to have a live show.
Oh, and Tiffany come out and sing at the live show?
Pandora's Box is a strip club in Seattle. That's where we have a live show.
Can we do that? Sure. If you can hook that up, we'll find a way to get to Seattle. If you could find out if the Pandora's Box staff is okay with a live podcast being done at the strip club, let's make it happen.
We're going to need some more Patreon money, though. So everybody start giving. Jason and I will do a live show from fantasizing about having different girlfriends. Yeah, Kush, it is. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Look how weekend goes. Here I come. Dude, I'm telling you, you guys don't want that. Because you're going to hate me. You're going to fucking hate me everywhere.
And dude, it'll be great.
I'll be making appearances on shows. I'll be like a guest on the fucking Majority Report. I'll be like, Jason Miles is here from This Is Revolution. Yeah, I just want to know who's bringing Tiffany. This is the Tiffany. It's my girlfriend. It's my girlfriend's better than your girlfriend. What are you guys going to ask me?
Watch me work, baby. Watch me work.
Yeah. Love you. Love you. Babe. Babe. What was that, babe? Sorry, guys. Babe, yeah. Yeah, love you.
You just look over. Her titties were all on my face yesterday.
I'm over here fucking reading the script. I'm just like, and also I want to send a big, yeah, I'm on air. Yeah. Here. I know it's a real job. I love you. It's Tiffany.
Mac, I'm gonna need you to cover the show for a minute. Why? Tiffany's blowing me under the desk.
I'm gonna get RoboCop.
She just gets up and does this.
And in the camera. I'm like, I know, right? I thought we were alone now. There I go again.
Mag, this one's getting taken down. Well, no shit, Jason. Your girlfriend just got up from underneath the desk with a face full of goo. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Mac.
I love Mac. He's so funny. I know we're so funny.
Hey, Jason, baby, I know you're recording, but do you want some tea? Oh, some tea would be great. She comes in, there's just this, like, she still has it on her chin. You're like,
up there. And then I do this. Like, sorry, my girlfriend Tiffany, the singer, had semen on her chin.
Now we're going to talk about the use of the word with a hard R.
Now we're going to talk about economics.
Capitalism's bad, but you know what's not? Tiffany's boobies.
We're just going to change the whole podcast game, and then everyone's going to try to act like they have a girlfriend off camera.
See, I'm going to be fucked because I can't even lie about it. Be like, Mac, who you dating? It's a boobs, vagina.
She doesn't go to this school. Leave me alone.
She's from Canada, okay?
Oh, hold on, audience. Yeah, babe. Yeah. Sorry, my girlfriend was twirling around in a thong. Yeah.
Babe, I can't. Guys, I did give her a Roman helmet.
Or like, hold on, Pascal. I know you're in the middle of a very important thing, but Tiffany wants to say hello.
Kushlik said this is Italian. It was great. Great. What's great, Kush put the accent mark over the EU. Okay, Kush, another evening in fine form.
Oh my
Another
God.
evening of you just, we had great chat. This, of course we did. This, you guys are fucking phenomenal. I imagine that when he does start dating Tiffany, this is how the end of episodes are going to go, because they're going to be like making out like heavily on the other side. Jason's just like,
you're just
like your chair gets kicked over. You see like Tiffany's shoe fly off. And like, oh, they're going to fuck. We got to go, guys.
I would never do that because I have so much respect for what I do for no reason whatsoever. I never come on air without being showered and with pants. It doesn't make any sense, I know.
Well, no, I mean, those are good standards to have, but that doesn't mean Tiffany's not going to be like crawling underneath the desk. I just hear, and that's like your zipper dropping, and you're just like, oh, whoa.
But like, even when I do those early morning streams, like when we do someone in, dude, that didn't sound right. When we interview someone in Australia where we have to get up at like 4, or I have to get up at like 4. Always. I feel like you can't tell how sleepy I am if I take a shower.
Yeah, it's just like me, like when I'm hungover, I'm like, I'll shower, no one will notice, and I go to work, they're like, how fucked up are you right now? And it's just like, what?
Oh, dude, sometimes, yeah, I put eye drops in to take away the redness because I'm just like, oh, like I had to interview Ashley Frawley hell early in the morning. I was just like, oh, I'm so fucking tired.
That's Dr. Frawley.
It's Daisy Dukes. Oh, I wear shorts when it's hot, but I never wear sweatpants. Never.
What Jason's telling you, he busts out his old track shorts, and then after a long day of recording, he's got to like pull his balls off the chair because they're stuck to it.
I won't wear those shorts on stream. You can't see them, but I have shorts. There is outfits for the air, and there's outfits for not the air.
Dude, just wait till my roommate decides that they raised our power bill too much this summer, and it's like 85 degrees in my room, and I'm in like Ranger panties and a fucking tank top, just over here dying,
just old school briefs.
Yeah,
just no shirt and old school briefs.
Well, I don't wear underwear, so like
you're
I don't have
freeballing it,
dude. Since I was like 12, yeah.
I freeballed it for like 7 years, and then one day, just fucking got so much dick meat in the zipper. If that train goes off the track, I didn't know what to do. I was just sitting there.
How'd you get the beans above the frame?
I got.
I mean,
dude,
Tony,
yeah.
you cannot fight the revolution without Ranger panties. Like that's if you end up in my revolutionary unit, that is going to be on the packing list. So
you better have some baggy pants then, dude, because if you get the dick meat caught in the zipper like I did, that shit was vicious.
If you're fighting the revolution in jeans, we have bigger issues.
I thought I had another circumcision, Mac.
Bad enough we got one and we don't remember it. Getting a second one. Hey, Doc, I need you to take a little more off the top. Do you mind? Mr. Miles, you had a circumcision? I feel there's still too much foreskin there. You take care of that. I'll need to be completely knocked out, no local anesthetic. And I'm going to need a cone. What? Yeah, like a dog. I lick my own balls.
Where'd you say you pulled a Ben Stiller? I didn't get the beans above the Franks, but I got the Frankfurter fucking caught. I got the. And if you've ever done that, where there's like a good chunk of dick meat in the zipper, you're just like, oh, I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to do.
See, that may have been the positive about being in the military. Like the pants are button up, so like you're good. And I make sure I'm cognizant of keeping the zipper away. Yeah, you don't want a kilo off the foreskin, Tony. That's well, if you said a kilo and well, he is in Mexico. You want how much? A kilo. Oh boy. Mr. Miles, that's gonna be all of it. This is the wrong clinic. Wrong clinic. That's right, Comnadian. Draft dodging the revolution using a zipper. That's exactly.
It's the word, dude. Don't. Mac is playing with fire. This is a dangerous man. Anyone that does that to me at a certain age, you're dangerous. It's like that scene in Top Gun. You're unsafe.
I mean, maybe. And Nuri, I just make sure I'm completely shaken out before I tuck it back in. Like, I don't think that's.
To this day, I put on my pants like they're supposed to go on. There's a protective covering for your penis. If you didn't know that, all pants have a. Do you want to see? You want to see?
Yep.
Is that going to get the video taken down?
Golly. Yeah, that's how
I thought about it. I was like, this might get the video taken down.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, Kush, this is OnlyFans now. Exactly. That's how ACAB cooking starts.
Antonio goes, it's called underwear. No, there's a. I'm being totally serious, and you guys are gonna laugh at me. I found this out after I fucking train tracked Macaque. There's if you free ball it, you probably know this. There's a like where the zipper is underneath there. You're supposed to put that over your dick so you can zip easy.
Well, yeah,
I was just
that extra fabric gets in the way of the teeth of the zipper. And you can't.
I didn't know that was the thing.
That's just a natural. Like, what the fuck, Jason?
So I had just fucking chunky meat. Just fucking. Just fucking chunky meat. Because I thought I was all fucking cute and shit. Because this woman I was dating at the time got mad at me. She was like, I can see the veins of your dick in your pants. And I was like, word?
Yeah, like, why is that bad?
I was like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. So I thought I was being cute. I'm wearing these pants I'm wearing right now, actually. And oof. And these are like actually good pants. So the zipper is well constructed. So it fucking trapped that shit in there. Like, you know.
I mean, I
took a kilo off without trying to take a kilo off.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had a zip up incident in a while. So, like, long enough to where I don't remember it. I know it hurts. You know, someone mentioned zipping your pubes up. Yeah, but I keep a trimmed area, man, because eventually some woman's going to want to see it and I want it to look presentable.
Just get wild sometimes, dude. Just let that shit go.
No, this is
let him brush it back a little bit.
She's like, hold on. She goes to her purse and pulls out a brush and just.
A woman looked at me one time, hell long ago. She goes, she was kind of drunk. She goes, you don't even manscape? It's like, nah. It's like fucking an animal. Okay.
Show me how big of an animal you are.
Then I went, and then she turned around. Then I RoboCopped as soon as she turned.
What's wet all over my back?
I'm an animal, all right.
Antonio said she could see the veins through zip-up pants. Jason either has some serious gifts or is insanely vascular. Well, Antonio, he is on a fitness journey. He could be taking a supplement to increase vascularity. Jason, what are you taking? Because I can literally see that vein. Like Ben's just looking down there like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, yeah, it hurts sometimes, but...
But now you guys know about the importance of that little patch in your jeans that protects your fucking your tubage,
your bits.
Your bits. Been doing cock push-ups. Everybody's chiming in that we haven't seen in years. Maybe Joey's gonna chime in.
Joey pops up. He's like, dude, I've been doing cock push-ups for years, man. Raisin salads are main vein food. You know what, Tony? That could be it. That could be it.
You know, I've stepped up my salad game as well for 2025.
Oh,
it's now full on coleslaw. I got some cabbage. Yeah.
Coleslaw is so fucking nasty. Oh, I hate that shit. I hate it so much. Dude, Jason, you know what I hate about being from the Midwest? The fucking salads, man. I brought potato salad. You brought me potatoes covered in fucking mayo. Get out of here. Disgusting asshole. You know, or there's like the marshmallow concoction that's, I heard it called a sugar salad. I'm like, that's just diabetes in a dish. Get it out of here. And then I'm going to put, here's this giant sandwich. I'm like, fuck yeah. We're going to, with a dollop of coleslaw on it. No, I don't fucking want that. Can I get that sandwich without that shit on top? No, sir.
Have you ever had homemade coleslaw?
No. Coleslaw is fucking disgusting.
So putting raisins in it would make you more mad?
Oh.
I was making carrot raisin salad and I thought to myself, I have cabbage. Let's really dress this up.
Dude, you are Andy from 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like when he's in the stock room with Seth Rogen and he's like, well, what'd you do this weekend? He's like, well, you know, I really wanted an egg salad sandwich. So I went to the store and I got the eggs and the paprika and the bread. And after it took me a while to make the egg salad sandwich, I really didn't want it, but I had already made it, so I got to eat it. And then Seth Rogen's behind him. He's like, yeah, that's cool. And he does this, Jason.
So you're saying you don't want homemade coleslaw with raisins in it?
I would rather zip my dick up in my zipper than eat coleslaw.
What if
I would rather go down on Roseanne Barr than eat coleslaw? I would rather get pegged on the first date than eat coleslaw. I'd rather, you know what? This is for you, everybody. I'd rather drink rum than eat coleslaw.
But okay, I didn't just have raisins in it. I also had dried cranberries.
What is a dried cranberry, Jason?
Delicious.
It is just a bougier form. Antonio, I don't really have anything against rum. It's just everybody in the chat thinks I'm anti-rum and call me a rummist. So,
did you just call dried cranberries bougie raisins?
Yes, I did. You take a perfectly good fruit and you dry it out, call it something different, and then add it to shit.
You just called my homemade coleslaw
a delivery vehicle for bougie raisins. Yes, I did.
Nuri says that is an abomination. That is not cool. So basically, you guys don't want coleslaw in my house, is what you're saying.
No, never. I'd rather shave my beard off than eat coleslaw.
Wow.
But
it was really tasty.
No.
It was sweet.
Coleslaw and potato salad and green bean casserole. None of those taste like anything but fucking boo-boo.
Raw boo-boo.
Raw boo-boo.
Whole house smell like boo-boo.
That's right.
Raw boo-boo.
And it's probably a potato salad that made it smell that way.
Nuri's like, not with fruit in it. Before we go, despite what my good friend has to say about my choice in my dietary foods, remember to protect your penis with the flap of your pants.
At all times.
At all times.
Yes.
Even with your underwear on.
Yeah. Here, better yet, always protect your bits no matter which ones you have. Just protect your bits.
I've never heard a woman say she got her fucking labia caught in a zipper. I'm sure it happens to somebody, but
it happened to the last girlfriend I had.
Are you fucking with me?
She had a pair of pants. I had to literally like.
Does she have a huge labia?
No, but the pants were so tight. Like, dude, Jason, I had to hold him, and she stepped into him, and then I had to lift up.
Okay.
To get him like over her ass, and then she zipped up and was just like, gah! And I was like, what? And she's like, I zipped it. And I was like, oh God. I felt horrible.
Don't get your labia or your penis caught in your zipper.
Don't do that.
I think that goes for all genders.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, just keep your genitals away from any zipper, whether it has YKK on it or not. You know,
if you can find a button fly,
yeah,
that's kind of the way to go. You can't go wrong with it.
I prefer button fly anyway. And Nuri, yeah, they were okay, but they were awesome, and they liked me for about 5 months. And
then that was, you know why? You probably, made fun of her salad choices.
No, what I did is bring a book to her apartment, and I was reading Reform or Revolution, and she's like, I had to read that for a political science class in college. You didn't tell me you're a communist. And I said, I didn't, because I don't believe that at all. I'm not quiet about it. She's like, well, I don't think I paid attention then. And I was like, oh.
Was she mad about that? Like that
Oh,
was she was mad about?
Furious.
Really?
Mhm.
Of all the things to be mad about.
Mhm.
It's like you weren't mad I fucked your cousin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is what you're mad about? Okay.
And I was
Maybe
like,
maybe this wasn't meant to be then.
yeah, that's what I told her. I was just like, all right. And I got up to leave and she's like, you're just going to leave? And I said, yeah, I'm going to go home. You know?
I can't with you people. Okay. We have to, it's over 3 hours. That means delirium has been set in. Mac, once again.
We're making new words, Jason. We got to keep this up.
Etarded is the best ever because you don't have to worry about the quote unquote hard R.
The hard R, yeah.
And you can always say etarded.
Yeah. And just say you're French. Follow it up with a timely oui. And they're just going to be like, you know what? I knew it. I'm going to go eat some freedom fries right now. Goddamn Frenchies.
And whatever salads you like, don't let the Macs of the world oppress you. You eat the carrot raisin. You eat the coleslaw with bougie raisins. Power to the people.
I'm sure Chairman Hampton ate his fair share of coleslaw with fucking cranberries in it.
If I would have made it for him, he would have been like, my God. Comrade Miles is all right. And why the hell do I talk like Eddie Murphy in the SNL skit?
Dr. Newton's over there like, where's Miles in his coleslaw? Where's that? Can't kick off the revolution without my coleslaw.
Revolutionary coleslaw is what we're all about. If the people at Means TV are watching, please don't take down the videos.
The thing is, I think this show is too long for them to like give a shit. So like at a certain point, they're like, Jesus, guys,
They're still on here. Fuck it. Yeah, we got to have sex or do something. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have lives.
Yeah. This Miles and Matt character, they're ridiculous. Just, God. Hey, Bill, did you hear this? Pog Chaser, I'm okay.
It's a revolutionary show made with red cabbage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Jason's switching from raisins to cranberries because of the red.
It's a mix. It's a mix. Yeah. If you're not mixing, then you're not trying.
Yeah. And Andrew,
I'm so mad you guys are
Andrew, that is a take, my friend. That is a take.
Andrew Robles said Pete Carroll is taking the Raiders to the Super Bowl next year. I'll let everybody listening to the show that's listened this long sit with that one because that is the funniest joke of the night right there.
Yeah. Let that marinate. All right.
But if Andrew is right, then he can buka everybody.
Just stretch out beforehand.
Rewind that so you get that reference there, Andrew.
Yeah.
Or not, because you may want to like wash your eyes out after you see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't put your earbuds in before you listen to the whole show.
Oh God, please don't be around children or a spouse.
Yeah.
Or an elderly relative.
Or just people.
That too. The grocery store, it's just playing. Can someone do something ridiculous like listen to this particular show on a public transportation train and see if other people giggle with you?
I have a feeling there'd be people like on the train that would be like, I know about that book.
Yeah. That's the Buka Boys. Yeah. The guy that got his cock stuck in the zipper. Yeah, we love that show.
You're gonna go to some venue and they're gonna be like, hey man, hey, you're the guy that lost the kilo off his dick in the zipper. That's him, guys. That's him.
This is why it's so hard to book like serious guests. Like, can I get a sample of your show? I can send you things that don't happen on Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, what's Wednesday? And then they just start looking. Oh.
Buka.
So Jason, I know you wanted to come on and talk about, the ill effects of capitalism on minority communities, but they just like turn a laptop around and it's you doing the I've reached the mountaintop.
Were you making fun of Martin Luther King Jr. on Black History Month? Yes. Yes, I was. I tried to make fun of him every month.
Yeah. It's not just February. It's 12 months of the year.
From now on, whenever I'm being interviewed on the show, I'm going to do it like it's a Senate meeting.
Now,
my inspiration for writing the piece was
or just do the Tommy Tuberville, just Mr. Tuberville, this is a Senate Finance Committee meeting. What about the damn UFOs taking our money? And you get Marjorie Taylor Greene's like in the gallery, just like, you tell him, Tommy.
Just start saying crazy shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The homeless, you're not fucking doing shit about the aliens.
And I don't mean them illegal ones this time. I'm talking the ones that come from outer space. Mr. Tuberville, did you play college football? I did, and I coached it for many years. Did you have any traumatic brain injury? Brain? What the fuck is that, Mr. Senator? Oh, my manner, sorry. I mean, no, not that I know of.
You know what else is scary, Mac? Like, no bullshit.
Fucking
Saturday,
lives.
I'm actually on a panel
About this. Yeah. It's gonna be funny when you like an audience member is gonna be like, you really did show your dick in the slash. You're just like
I have a question. Is it true you pulled your cock out on Beyond the Red Zone on This Is Revolution on Wednesday, February 11th or 12th? We know it was a day in February, and we know you tried to pull your dick out on camera. Is that true?
So, no, I didn't do that. But can we see it? Can you do it now?
Can we see the scar on it from you train tracking it?
Is it really that veiny?
Okay, let's go. We have to go. We have to go. We have to go. Is it really that veiny?
So, tell me how big it is. Tell me when to stop. Oh, dude, really? What?
Let's see.
Okay.
Let us see. Let us see.
We're gonna start again. We're gonna start again, Jason. Just tell me when to stop. Oh, dude, we gotta see it now. Pull it. Oh my god.
Fucking Revenge of the Nerds music comes on. We are the champions. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a very normal discussion with normal people that probably don't watch this show.
Mr. Miles, are dick push-ups real? Is that how I got so veiny?
I just want you guys to know that you people are the reason why I'm single.
That's not true.
It isn't, but I just wanted to make them feel bad for 45 seconds.
They're not. They didn't even feel bad before you finish the sentence.
You got so veiny. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mac. We'll be back next week. We are out.